All right. Good Saturday morning, everyone. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, and we're here with the members of the National Dispatchers Network and Assurance USA. So today is Saturday, Six Figures Booking Freight from Home show. So today we are going to be talking about a variety of subjects. As you all know, we have been putting together our new company, a new conglomerate. It is a dispatch conglomerate where we are combining most of the dispatch firms within the National Dispatchers Network, which, by the way, is the largest network of independent dispatch firms in the country. So we've been combining most of those companies under one business platform, and that is the Assurance USA, the RBBS Assurance USA. So with that being said, we are planning to launch this new business July the 4th, 4th of July, big celebration day. Bells, whistles, fireworks, barbecues, hot dogs, hamburgers, whole 9 yards. It's going to be a big celebration. So we're launching on 4th of July. Now, what's so great about this platform? We're the first of our kind, okay? The first of our kind. No one else has attempted to ever do this on this level with a dispatching firm when it comes to dispatching. One of the great things that we are featuring that is going to be just probably going to send ripples through the industry is our flat fee dispatching. Now, I know that other companies have done flat fee dispatching before, but not to this level and to this extent. Our flat fee dispatching, so when owner operators come on with us, when they sign on with us for us to dispatch for them, by the way, we have a branch in all 48 states. That's another thing that's going to be unique to us. We have branches in all 48 states. So, and with our flat fee dispatching, we are charging the owner operators one flat fee, $1,000 per month or $250 a week, however you want to break it up. That's what, and that's what it comes out to be. Now, some people probably say, well, how you gonna make money? But don't worry about that. We got that covered. Our main concern right now is saving the owner operators money. Okay, and we are going to save the average owner operator anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 per month. If you don't believe it, do the math yourself. If you calculate the average between 5 and 10% on the dispatching fee per owner operators per load, 5% of the load fee up to around 10 to 12% of the load fee, that's about what the average is. If an owner operator is running at least 769, 770 miles per load, which is about the average long haul load, you are going to pay that owner operator is going to pay you on average $2,400 to $2,600 per month if you are booking them 3 loads per week. Okay, that's what they're going to pay you. Even on the low end, if you're only booking them a couple of loads per week, they're still going to pay you somewhere close to $2,000, $1,800, $1,700. So, does this save money for the owner operator? You bet your bottom dollar it does. It saves owner operators a tremendous amount of money. $1,000 to $1,500 per month. That's no laughing matter. That's a big cut. That is a big discount. That is a big break for owner operators. On top of that, if owner operators stay with us for at least 1 year, after that first year, their rate drops to $633 per month, flat fee dispatching for as long as they are using our service. Period. Now that's even better. Now, if you think that's great, that's not the only part of it. We are also doing something that is completely new to the industry. That is first time, no one else has ever done it, never been tried before, but guess what? We're doing it. Minimum rate per mile guarantee. Yeah, you heard me right. Minimum rate per mile guarantee for our owner operators. How does that work? If we are doing your dispatch, and we're dispatching you for the week, if the loads that we dispatch you on do not equate to an average of above your subpar rate for your particular trailer. For 5 vans, that subpar rate amount is $2 per mile. For flatbed, it's $2.50 per mile. For refrigerated, it's $3 per mile. So if we're dispatching you and you're driving and the 3 loads or 4 loads or 5 or whatever, however many loads we find you that week, if it did not average out to at least above $2 per mile, we are going to pay you an additional $1 per mile on the lowest paying load that we found for you. So if that lowest paying load ran 769 miles, we're going to pay you an additional $769. If it ran 1,012 miles, we're going to pay you $1,012, regardless. What does this do? This is designed to enhance the owner-operator's bottom line. This is designed to always keep the owner-operators above subpar, because the more than 68% of all loads on the load board that are out there right now are below $2 per mile. So now drive-in drivers are pretty much guaranteed that by using our dispatch service, they're gonna at least make a minimum of above $2 per mile for the entire week on all the loads. You're gonna make, chances are we're gonna make you a whole lot more than that, but you're never gonna go below $2 per mile. For a flatbed, you're never gonna go below $2.50 per mile for the entire week, averaged out. For the refrigerated, you're never gonna go below $3 per mile. This has never been done before, okay? No one has ever done it to this extent. Now, if that wasn't enough, that's enough right there. Just got me tickled pink. I'm serious. You know, tire pink bowl in my head and let me run around and yay, I'm happy. But if that's not enough, we are also going to have our owner operators. They're going to have the benefit and the peace of mind of knowing that they're going to get their money fast. Why? Because all of our loads are going to be factored through 2 of the most prominent factoring firms in the industry, Triumph and UC Factory. We developed contracts with both those to do exclusive factoring with those 2 companies and those 2 companies only. And they are giving us preferred rates for our owner operators. So what do you have? You have flat fee dispatch that saves the owner operators $1,000 to $1,500 a month. You have a minimum rate per mile guarantee. They guarantee the owner operator will not go below the subpar rate of their trailer type. And you have guaranteed money fast. Quick pay, overnight pay, 2-day pay, whatever it is guaranteed to come to you fast. You have to worry about when you're gonna get your money, how you're gonna get your money. You're gonna get it fast, quick, and it's gonna be affordable. What more could you ask for? And you're gonna have a national dispatching network that's gonna be managing all this with the partnership of InMotion Global and Ascend TMS. Yesterday, we had a special training for us with the Ascend TMS rep, and they came on. God bless them. We appreciate them so much. I've been using Ascend TMS for the last 5 or 6 years, and they are always, always, always happy to come on and give their time to explain to myself and our staff, all of our branches, all of our member specialists, all of our salary dispatch workers. They're happy to come on and give us, you know, all the things that we need, show us how these things work. Take the time to spend, I think they spent about 1.5 hours with us on yesterday, specifically for us. And you all can find it on YouTube. It's now up on YouTube. It's also up on Facebook and Twitter and some other places on our LinkedIn site, Common Assurance USA. So it's all over the place right now. So, whew, okay, I think I said a lot. All right, but that's what we're doing. That's what we're bringing to the industry. July the 4th, get ready for it. We are revamping the website. So the website that you see now, when you go to a CNT, I'm sorry, I'm bumping the CNTMS. I know they have you on that. When you go to AssuranceUSA.net or NoCheapFreight.com, the website you see right now is being revamped. So when you get to that website, it is now being revamped. By Monday, the new website will be in place that reflects the direction that I just explained to you all. Okay, and after Monday, starting after July the 4th, starting the day after July the 4th, every person that has come to our website has left the information, will be getting a call back. We'll be calling you all back, explaining, going over in great detail how we operate, how we save you money, how we get you your money fast, quick, and in a hurry, and affordable. And you all will have the opportunity as owner operators to sign on to a flat rate dispatching that gives you a minimum rate per mile guarantee and super fast back. That's it. So let's get started with today's training. What are we going to do today? All right. Today we're going to go over some updates that we have with Insurance USA. We're going to talk about the branches that we have for each state and which branches have been taken, which states have been taken by the individuals within our platform who are investing in their branch. And I want to thank you all because, look, I'm going to be honest with you. This was a huge undertaking, huge, very large undertaking. It would not be possible if it wasn't for our network of dispatch firms. Okay, so let me start by saying thank you to each and every last one of you. You all have as much as myself and my staff have made this possible, because we would not be able to bring this to the industry without you all. And I can't say thank you enough. I really can't say thank you enough. And we're going to make sure that on our end, on corporate end, we're going to do everything we can to support each branch's your efforts and support you all in gaining clientele, support you all in helping you all to maintain and manage those clients as effectively and as best you can. Okay, so that's what it's all about. And in return, you all are going to profit. Great. That's the main focus. That's what we're on. That's where we are heading now. And when I say thank you, I'm saying thank you to those who have invested in their branches by way of our trademark licenses agreement and trademark usage agreement fees, even all the way down to the member specialists and the dispatch personnel who are going to be paid on salary. And we are developing a referral program, kind of like an affiliate program. I'm working with some people who are creating the affiliate links so that we can provide links to individuals who just want to refer people over to us and make some extra money. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to each and every last one of you. And I look forward to working with all of you and making this, something great for the industry. All right. Other things that we're going to be going over today. As I mentioned before, we're going to talk about the branches and what states have been taken, what states are still available, and how you all can contact each other branch. We're also going to start accepting the member specialists. You're going to start sending in your information so that we can start adding you all to the branches. You all are going to be able to contact those branches starting this week. You're going to be able to contact those branches, the states that you're in, and let them know who you are so that they can compile their list and start working on scheduling meetings with you all so that each branch can start having their own meetings and things, of that nature. We're also going to be getting into training next week on our merchant account. All branches, all member specialists will have a login on the merchant account for you all to set up the reoccurring payments for the owner operators who are going to be electing to use our flat fee dispatching service. You all will either be able to set them up on a month-to-month recurring or a week-to-week reoccurring. So if they want to pay $1,000 per month, they can do that. If they want to pay $1,000 per week, they can do that. If they want to pay their year out in advance, they can do that too. And you all will have the ability through our merchant account to take those payments and have them deposited into our merchant account. We're also going to be discussing branding, what we're going to be doing as far as branding, what you all's responsibility is as far as branding nationwide on social media, all the different platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, whole 9 yards. We're also going to discuss today our corporate branding model of branding on truck stop, at truck stops. We've already kind of got some things priced out on what it's going to cost us to put posters in Loves, to put our banners and posters in TAs, Petros, Flying J's, and Highlands across the nation. And we are going to discuss how we're going to fund that. That is largely going to be funded by the trademark license fees and the usage fees that the branch owners are paying for their license fee, and what they're paying monthly on their usage fee. That is going to account for a large part of our branding budget and our advertising budget. We're also going to do some commercials that we're going to run doing Fox News broadcasts. Hey, I'm not now I'm be honest with you, I'm not personally a big fan of Fox News, but I do recognize that a lot of owner operators, a lot of people in the trucking industry, they like Fox News for whatever reason. And and I have to respect that. And because of that, we're going to be doing a large amount of our advertising is going to be doing those segments of the Fox News broadcast. And after that, we're going to have a Q&A. So let's get started. Let me start sharing my screen. Let's share. Oh, let me say this real quick. Thank you to Facebook. As you all can see, we are sharing on Facebook today. I want to thank the group administrators over at All Truckers United for they're always gracious and allowing us to share on their group. We also want to thank the group Millionaires in the Making, Tallahassee. We want to thank you all. Appreciate you all so much. We really do appreciate it. We want to thank Freight Brokers Group on Facebook for allowing us to share on their page as well, and social media. Load Board, which is our group that we developed, and the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, which is another group that we developed, and Who Wants to Be a Freight Broker, which is another group that we developed, and Owner Operators is another group that we are sharing on. We want to thank you all to all of those group administrators for allowing us to share on their share our live broadcast with you on Facebook. Now, if you are on Facebook, you can ask questions, but chances are we won't be able to get back to you to answer those questions as you ask us, because we're pretty much heavily involved with our live interactive audience for our members. So if you want to be an interactive member, if you want to take advantage of the opportunities that we afford our membership base within this network, you're going to have to join our platform. And that can be, you can do that by going over to mydispatcher.org. That's mydispatcher.org. Once you're over here, you can scroll down on the very first page. In the middle of the page, you will see a video in the middle of the page, like right here. And from there, you will see underneath where it says the enrollment, and to enroll, click here. That it will take you over to the automated enrollment page, and you can enroll with any debit or credit card. Now, we are encouraging for the time being, this is not going to last for very much longer, but for the time being, we are encouraging everyone to sign up under the Veterans Platform. Now, that is not, it's not to say that that's the only platform you can sign up for. We're just saying that if you are having money problems, because we do understand that money is tight nowadays. A lot of people lost their job. A lot of people don't have the advantage that we have of working from home. They didn't have the insight to implement this type of stuff to tide them over or to replace their current revenue stream by working at home. So for those of you who are having difficulties, we are encouraging you to sign up under the Veterans, the We Train Veterans platform, simply because that gives you your deepest discount. Okay, it saves you $100 on your enrollment, and it saves you $10 on your monthly subscription fee. Even for those of you who do sign up under the individual platform during this time, you're still gonna save $10 on your monthly subscription fees. because we are putting everybody at the $29.95 per month if you are signing up under this platform during this period of time. So either way, we're gonna try and help you save some money. Now, I do want to make it known that if you cannot afford to join our platform, don't join our platform. I don't want to put anyone in dire straits. That's not what we're here to do. Or joining any subscription-based platform, any type of business opportunity platform, you know, consult with your family members, your loved ones, your significant other. Have a serious conversation about your finances and what you have available to invest in other things, even if it's going to help you to get ahead in the long run. I do not want to put you in dire straits. So make sure you all have that conversation before you start to invest in any type of project, not just ours. That's just good advice, period. So take that advice, review your finances, know your situation, and then if you have questions, give us a call. I try to answer the phone as much as I can, and I'll try to answer any questions that I can without putting any pressure on you. And that's not why we're here. We're here to help you all to realize that there are opportunities out there, and the trucking industry has a huge capacity for opportunities. So I just wanted to let y'all know that. All right, back to our training. All right, how's everybody doing? Say hi to everybody. How is everybody doing?
Good
Everybody
morning,
doing okay?
Calvin.
So far, good, Kevin.
Great. How many of you all got a chance to attend the training yesterday?
I sat in on some of it. I had a private training myself because I signed up for SIN separately.
Mm-hmm.
And they schedule you can sit in on their trainings.
Yeah, that's every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, right? Every Tuesday,
right.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually tried that, but we had too many people. It didn't work for us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you've got less than, I think it's no more than 10 people, they can do that for you. But we had about 50 or 60 people on yesterday. So they had to actually, because we tried that on Wednesday, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried it on Wednesday, but it was kicking most of us out because we had too many people. So we had to scrap that one, and then then they called us up, and then they made a special effort for us to do a private screening of their training one-on-one. So I have to thank them for that. They're always gracious in doing whatever they need to do to help us to come up to speed and bring our people up to speed. Anybody out there who's considering a CNTMS, in my opinion, hands down, they have one of the best TMS systems out there. Not because of the TMS system itself, but because of the people and the great extent that they go through to make sure that you understand what they have, what they can present to you, how it can be used to advantage. Okay, so I definitely have to plug them and have to thank them so very much because they, like I said, they came outside of their normal things and did that for us, just especially for us. And that is up on YouTube, and it's also up in our back office site where we have it here. Matter of fact, I think I can pull it up for you all on YouTube. Go to you here real quick. And they came on yesterday and did a great job. And there it is right there. That's their seeing TMS training. They did a great job. What's that gentleman's name? Anybody remember his name? He had a very unique name.
Stephen, he had some kind of like a German name or something, Enough or something like that.
Yeah, Fahrenkopf. That was his name. I want to thank Stephen. He did a great job. He was very patient. He answered our questions. So he did a great job. It was about an hour and a half presentation, and he did absolutely great. And I want to thank ASEAN, TMS, and In Motion Global. You all are doing a great job over there, and I'm not going anywhere. I've been with you all for about 5 or 6 years, and I can't imagine using anybody else. Right? But did you get a lot out of the one-on-one training with them? Did you hear me?
I'm sorry, were you speaking to me?
Yes, the training you had with them, and did you get a lot out of it?
Yes, yes, absolutely. They have the training, yeah, every day of the week. So I'm gonna have to go back, and especially the administrative part where you set up your staff
Yeah,
in the system.
yeah. I love that about them because they allow us to be able to set up to bring all of our branches under this one platform,
Okay.
and that's great. And you don't have to pay an extra cost for it. So we already have, I've had the premium account for quite some time, for about 4 years of the 5 to 6 years I've been with them. I started off with just a regular account, and then as we started to build our brokerage firm back in the day, when we had the different branches to the brokerage firm, we switched over to a premium account, and we've had that account now for the last 5 years, and that's the account that it allows you to add as many branches, all with their own logins. They can see their own, trucks and their own loads, and you can share it to where they can see the overall picture of all the trucks that are available and all the loads that we have available. So it is absolutely great. I mean, I love it.
Yeah, I'm impressed with it as well.
Yeah, and with the daily trainings that they have, each one of our branches and member specialists, you all can go to their PMS site and log in. Where you can register each week to attend their ongoing training. So if you're lacking in a certain area, or if you don't want to go through the whole training that we have for you in our back office site, because these videos are made available to you, you can go to the Ascend site or to their YouTube channel and watch their trainings over and over and over again. So they provide a great learning platform, and it's so professional. I mean, just the way they're set up, and it allows you to be able to manage all your trucks and your owner operators. And for owner operators, look, this Ascend TMS system is going to allow us to be able to take care of you all more efficiently, more effectively, and allow us to match you all with the loads that are paying great money quickly. Now, I can't say that enough. I cannot emphasize the important role that Ascend TMS is going to play in our success, and ultimately in your success. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I like Ascend TMS, no doubt about it. Okay, I'm not even gonna mix words. All right, all right, let's go ahead and get move on here. Let's see here. Now, I said that we were going to talk about, where is my, okay. All right. We have this, what did I do? Here it is right there. All right. This is the Assurance USA chapter ownership or branch ownership map. Now, certain states have already been taken. Okay. For those of you who are wondering, Michigan is gone. Okay. The owner of Michigan is Miss Katrina Lynn. She owns the branch in Michigan. So if you are in Michigan and you want to reach out to her about being a member specialist, you're going to contact Miss Katrina Lynn Underwood. Okay. I'm going to send this out to all of you all. Some of you all have it already. I'm going to put it out there with all of the owners' numbers and stuff on it, and you all will be able to contact them. Now, for people who are not within our platform if you are seeking to become or if you're seeking to make great money, and look, our compensation plan, well, let me just say this. Anybody who's here right now who has seen our compensation plan, y'all tell me, is it a worthwhile compensation plan?
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
it'll take some time though to
Let's say
get
that
to those
again.
numbers. I would say yes. You just have to bear in mind that it's not going to happen overnight.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. But so in other words, our compensation plan is it's a performance-based plan. I'm a big fan of performance-based plans, okay? Because they pay you what you're worth. Okay, now that sums up a lot. Okay, getting paid what you are worth. And now, could we have come up with a plan where we just pay you all $10, $12, $15 an hour? Yeah. Would you be getting paid, what you were truly worth? Not even close. Not even close. Okay. I tell this story, about my wife when we first, well, not when we first started dating, right in the middle, of us dating. We had been dating for quite some time. We were best friends for almost 12 years before we started actually dating. I don't know if y'all ever watched that. What's that movie called? Brown Sugar. Every time I see that movie, I think about my wife and I. We were friends for 10, 12 years. Best friends. I mean, we used to go on job interviews together, take the bus all over town, looking for work. We used to spend time going, just stuff that friends do, and just friends. And we were great friends. And before we admitted that we were in love with each other, 12, 13 years later. But every time I watch that movie, Brown Sugar, I think about us. Every time I hear that song by Luther Vandross, what's the one? If I Didn't Know Better. Oh God, that song reminds me of us so much. But in the middle of our dating process, my wife she's very good at what she does. I don't care what she does. She doesn't have to do anything. Okay. She had a job where she was worked at this printing company where they print shirts, and they had big contracts with the NFL, the Super Bowl shirts, the NBA for the national championships, the NCAA, and all that type of stuff. So they had these huge contracts. And the company that and I'm not gonna call the company's name, but the company that she was working for, they had all these presses. I don't know if y'all know anything about printing, but you got all these different types of press. The average printing shop, if they're good at what they do, they have at least about 9 to 12 different types of press. They all operate differently. Okay. But the one common thing they have in common is they have speeds. Okay. From the lowest down to 0, you think it's operating really, really, really fast. It's printing out, maybe, I think she's upstairs, but when you put it on 0, you're printing out close to, 1,000 shirts, 1,000 prints per hour or something like that. A lot of prints, right? You're printing out a lot of prints. And then it goes all the way up to the speed of 10 or 12 or something, where you're printing like, maybe 20 or 30 or maybe 40 or 50 per hour, all right? In this company that she worked for, she was operating her press on 0 to 3, never above 3. So she was always operating her press at the highest speed possible. Not only could she operate that one press, she knew how to operate all 10 presses that were in her company. All 10. And she could operate them all on 0 to 3. Now, they had managers, supervisors, regional managers, people who were way up in the company who couldn't operate more than 2 or 3 of the presses. And none of them could operate them below 5 or 6 on the speed. No one else in the entire company could operate below 5 other than her. And on top of that, whenever a press broke down because no one else knew how to operate them all, she would be the one that they call to go and get them back on track, reposition them, reset them, and all that type of stuff. On top of that, she was the one who they used. They put all the new people on her station so that they can be trained by her. Now, you would think in doing all this, her compensation would reflect her expertise and her value to the company, right? That's what you would think, right? But like most of all companies that pay you a wage, you're not paid what you're worth. So going into about her third or fourth year with this company, it was having what they call their annual review to see if she was going to be eligible. I think it was a 75-cent raise or a dollar raise or something like that. Whatever it was, it wasn't much. But it was having their review on, what they was going to raise her pay by, and I think at the time she was doing like about $14 an hour. So it was trying to see if they were going to raise up to $15 an hour or something like this and that. But they had people in the company who were supervisors who were making a lot more than she would, but they couldn't have her job. So as I'm looking over, she was telling me about it, and I'm looking over the stuff, I made a suggestion to her. We sat down and we talked about it. I said, look, why don't you let me come in and represent you doing your review? Okay, we talked. She said, well, why would you? Because I want to show them that you're worth a lot more than that little measly $15 an hour that they're trying to raise your pay up to. Because when we break it down, and she had already broken it down, at the speed that she was operating on and the number of shirts that she was, and by the way, she had less than a 2% reprint rate. That means less than 2% of the shirts that she was printing on had to be reprinted because of some type of mistake, off-centered, color's not right, the grain is not right, or something like that. When the company's average reprint percentage rate was around 15%. So not only was she operating at the highest and fastest speed possible, most time on zero, she had the lowest reprint rate. So here it is, time for her evaluation. We've already looked up, because it's a public company, all the information is available. We looked at what the company was making. We looked up what each shirt, or once it was sold, that brought to the company in terms of revenue. Her production was bringing to the company somewhere in the neighborhood of, I think, $50,000 to $60,000 per week. Just her production alone was generating $50,000 to $60,000 per week in her production alone, per week, per month, not per year, per week. But yet still, they was only willing to pay her $15 per hour. You tell me, is that being paid what you're worth? So our goal was to go in and basically show them what she's doing compared to what they have in the company, compared to how no one else can do what she's doing, how they got her training everybody and all this other stuff. We said, look, keep your salary. In fact, not only keep your salary, take away her health plan and the medical plan you all have her on. Take away her 401k or whatever. Take all that stuff back. Take away the insurance. We give all that stuff back to you. Right? So you ain't got to pay for her insurance. You ain't got to pay for her medical. You don't have to pay for her 401k. You don't have to pay her salary. All we're asking is that you pay her 20% of the revenue she brings in each week. What do y'all think the answer was? What do y'all think the answer was?
Yeah.
They wasn't going to do that. Well, we knew that. Because if you take what she was paying in each week, that's $12,000 a week. They weren't going to do that. Put 20% breakdown. 10% break there?
No.
Not at all. Not even close. Because just her by herself was bringing it, was making that company $3.1 million a year. Just her production alone. But that's saying, well, yeah, let's be evaluated, give a dollar raise and bring up to $15 an hour. Does that seem right? Does that seem fair?
Nope.
Not at all. But that is the way every company that pays you by the hour is the exact same way. You gotta take my word for it. Every company that pays an employee by the hour is doing the exact same thing. They are working you like a slave, and they're paying you like one too. Because the simple fact is this: if a company is paying you $20, $50, $60 an hour, they're making $6,000 an hour, or even more. That's just how it is. You are never paid what you are worth working for a wage. You're never gonna get paid what you are worth. Now, if you want to just stay comfortable, and you're comfortable with coming in every day, putting in 8 to 10 hours a day, and getting paid your $10 to $15 an hour, that's on you. But if you truly want to get ahead in life, you got to start getting paid what you're worth. And you can only do that on a performance-based type of compensation. And that's what we have implemented. Because you all are all being paid what? 25% of what you bring in. Or you pay 25% of the 25% of what you bring in. So you're being paid what you are worth. We could not compensate you all nearly to the amount of money that we're going to be compensating you all if you all were getting paid by salary. Just couldn't do it. Okay. Now, the objective with my wife, who I was dating back then, the objective was not to get them to, give her 20% of what she's worth. Now, her objective may have been, just to get a better raise, and we could give her a little bit more than the $15 an hour, and they elevated her position. But my objective was something totally different. My objective was to show her what she was worth, and to show her that she could do better if she just struck out on her own. And not long after that, she quit that job because she realized, because her eyes had been opened. She became awake. Her eyes had been opened to what she was really worth. And she started her own business. Okay, look. I've always been a strong proponent of paying people what they're worth. By the same right, this is why our new dispatching firm, the Assurance USA, is so focused on the way we do business. Owner operators paying a flat fee, so they save money. At the same time, we're paying you all on a performance-based commission structure, so you all are paid on what you're worth. This is what's going to bring the branch owners after 2 years. This is what's going to put you all at $2.7 million per month and growing. This is going to put the member specialists after 2 years at anywhere from $600,000 to $800,000 per month and growing. Now, if those numbers sound like they're outrageous, I challenge you to reach out to us and ask us to present it to you. I challenge you to go and take a look at our compensation plan and how it's structured. I challenge you to do so. Because if you do take that challenge, there's a 99.999% of chance that you're going to be contacting us saying, how can I get involved? But in order to make that happen, all you got to do is what? Just do the work. Do the work. Dedicate yourself to doing the work, and you will be compensated what you will. That's why I haven't worked for anybody else in the last 5 or 6 years. Okay? I mean, I haven't. My wife and I live very well, and we haven't worked together. We haven't worked for anybody else in the last 3 to 4 years. I know she hasn't worked for anybody else in the last 3 to 4 years. She's working in her own business. I've been working my own business for at least 6, maybe 7 years now. I don't, because we like being paid what we are worth. What we put into it is what we get out of it. And it has reflected in our financial status, our net worth. I mean, I could not sit here today and say I'm literally a millionaire now. When 9 years ago I was homeless. Because I made that switch. I made that switch, not just physically, but in my mind. I made the switch. All right. So let's get on. But as of right now, we have Michigan is taken. Maryland is taken by Miss Salone. Georgia is taken by, I think, by Mr. Judson. I got to call to make sure on that. But I think that's taken by Mr. Judson. I've called some of you all. Some of you all I still have to call to confirm and verify that you all still want the states you want and you still go on track to have all this stuff ready and in by the 29th. I'm gonna start collecting on this starting next week. Kentucky, by Goody West Jr. That's taken. Sole owner there. State of Virginia, Miss Larissa Pompey, sole owner there. State of Florida, Charles Robinson is co-owner along with Miss Larissa Pompey. That state is now taken. State of North Carolina, Miss Morning and Miss Pompey, they are co-owners there. That state is taken. State of Texas, Miss Pompey, sole owner. State of New York, Miss Pompey, co-owner. If y'all notice a trend here, Miss Pompey is on to something. State of New York, Victor Agard, co-owner with Miss Pompey. State of North Carolina, Victor Agard, sole owner. State of Pennsylvania, Victor Agard, sole owner. Now, look, y'all can see a trend. Some people are recognizing an opportunity for what it is. Not like myself in 2012 when I had an opportunity to buy 12 Bitcoins for $72. Okay, I didn't recognize that. if I was as astute as some of the people here, I'd have been a millionaire a long time ago if I'd have bought them 12 Bitcoins at $72 a Bitcoin. Because I probably would have bought them and then I turned around and bought 12 to 20 more. Because them same 12 Bitcoins now, they're worth almost $250,000. Okay, if I had bought them like that. But opportunities, passed and lost. You can't go back and say, well, let me get that now, because I can't get that. I can't get that now. I can't go back now and say, let me get them 12 Bitcoins for $72. One Bitcoin is like $9,700 now. At one time, it was as high as 19,000, almost 20 grand. And there's a great, great chance that after this whole pandemic thing, it's kind of getting, gotten washed away. And within 6 to 7 years, a single Bitcoin could be as worth as $250,000, $200,000. Almost. So, that's opportunity. You got to catch it while it's there, because opportunity it's not going to stick around and wait for you. It just doesn't. Prospective owners. We have some people who are looking for partners in ownership. I am encouraging, if you are one of these people who are looking for partners, like Mr. Michael Joe. I don't know if Mr. Michael Joe is still interested or not. If he is, you may want to partner with some of these other people who have parts of their money. This is coming out, so that's already gone. Okay, New York is already gone, so let me get rid of that right now.
Calvin, I have a question.
Sure.
I believe Victor was supposed to be with me in New York. Did something change?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get that memo. I'm sorry.
Who am I speaking with?
Larissa Pompey.
Yeah, you are. co-owner right here, New York, New York. Confirmed.
I didn't see his name up there.
Yeah, there it is right there in highlight. See it?
Okay.
Vic
Gotcha. I
Agard,
thought you said
co-owner.
partner up needs a partner. That's why I was confused.
Well, yeah, you all are co-owners,
Okay.
partners, co-owners. You know, y'all got New York.
All right. Got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold up. Hold up. Let me do this. Nah, there you go. That makes it better.
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
That makes it better. Let me put y'all right there. All right, y'all got New York. He has
You're
California.
making too much space there.
He has Pennsylvania. And you have Texas. And you and Miss Morning have North Carolina. And you and Mr. Robinson have Florida. So I gotta put y'all close together so you can see that. Yeah, y'all got that. All right.
Hey,
So, yeah.
Calvin, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Good morning. This is Mike Everhart, by the way. Is California still open or that's
No, California's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Calvin, what states do we have available?
Well, you have. All right. Write this down.
Okay.
Everybody got. I'll get your pen and pencil.
Yep, ready.
Everything other than Michigan, Maryland, Georgia, Kentucky, Virginia, Florida, North Carolina, Texas, New York, California, Pennsylvania. All those states are taken. All those states are taken.
Gotcha.
All right. So everything other than that is still open.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a lot of
All right.
states.
All right. So, but I'll put out a full detailed report. I have to just give me some time because I'm doing a lot. So I will put out a full detailed report on what's still available, what's taken, and I'll try to have it mapped off where I'll color code the map. I'm working on color coding the map. Red will be taken,
And green.
and maybe white or yellow will be
Green.
still open.
Since we're gonna make money, green is a little bit helpful.
Say that again.
I said, since we're all gonna make money, the green would be.
I mean, if that's what tickles your fancy, then it'll be green, man.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Okay, green would be taken, and just whatever color other than green would be still available. Okay.
No, I was saying green would be available, meaning that.
Okay. Well, you stuck on that green. Okay, that's fine. I would just want to make you happy, man. So green is available. Then we'll just have we might have a color for the taking states that y'all want.
That would be red.
All right. I just see where your priorities are. All right. So green for the available, red for the taking. All right.
Green taken, light green available.
All right. All right. But I'll put that together and have it kind of laid out for everyone so we can get this thing started. So we're about to make some moves. Okay. And I realized that there were a lot of people who doubted us. There were a lot of people who had all kind of things that they had to say. But yeah, hey, I take that in stride. People been saying that from ever since I was home. You're a fool. That ain't gonna work. Well, it worked. I'm here. I'm not homeless. Okay. In fact, it works so well. It works so well. I'm officially a millionaire. So yeah, it worked. I can't tell you. I can't tell you the number of people that were saying that's not gonna work. That's not gonna
It work if you work it.
Exactly. It works if you work it. I had somebody, I was on a Facebook post the other day, and and someone that looks like me said, "What did President Obama ever do for do for us. I had to just really calm myself down because I'm gonna be honest with you. The referendums that were put in place when that administration came into power, specifically the referendum on minority entrepreneurs, directly aided me in getting out of the homeless shelter and starting my first business.
Amen.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I could not have done it without that. Another referendum that he put into place to try and get homeless veterans off the street directly got me from the homeless shelter to being put in an apartment that was paid for by the referendum put forth by the federal government from that administration that allowed me to have an apartment and not pay rent for 2 years. I could have done that without that. The number of federal judges that were put into place during that minority and women minority federal judges that were put into place by that administration were more than had been done in the entire history of this country. So when you say to me, or you ask me a very uninformed question, what did he do for us? My question is, what did you expect? Did you expect him to be Black Jesus, Black Moses, or maybe even Black Superman? You wanted him to swoop down with his cape, walk on water, part the Red Sea, and feed us all Black people milk and honey for the rest of our lives? Is that what you expected? Because if that's what you expected, and I'm sad to tell you, you had to do something for yourself. You had to actually research and take the policies and the referendum that they put in place, and you had to go out and make them work for you. No one was gonna sit there and, here, let me take you by the hand. Come on now, here, take this right here. I need you to, matter of fact, let me read it to you. This is what this does, this is what that does, this is what that does. I want you to go ahead and put your name here saying that you are applying for this so that we can get you this money. Now, after you apply for that, what I want you to do, is that what you wanted? No, seriously, if that is what you wanted, then you ain't gonna never get help. Not ever. Because you're trying to make someone else responsible for your success. And if that's what you're waiting on, my friend, you ain't gonna never move from where you at. Not ever. So you can call yourself being woke and trying to wake up other people. My suggestion is take your woke behind back to sleep. Because obviously you're dreaming. Okay? Things were put into place that helps those who had the foresight to get up and help themselves. Fortunately, I was one of those that saw it for what it was. 2008, I was released from prison. That was the first year I was under a program that was put in place by Charlie Crist. It allowed me to register to vote immediately after I was released from prison for a non-violent offense. And I voted for Barack Obama. I mean, I really did. And I admit, when I voted for him just out of the sheer sense of pride that a man that looked like me was running for president. But I was so enthusiastically, surprised and confirmed with the things that administration put into place that directly helped people like me. A veteran who was homeless, a minority who wanted to start a business. Those things helped me directly. Those things helped me to be in the financial situation I am today. Those things helped me to start my very first business from a homeless shelter. So before you make a very, very, very uninformed statement like, what did that administration ever do for us? Do some research, man. Seriously. Don't just repeat stuff you hear because it sounds fashionable, because it makes you seem like you woke, you know, so to speak. You might want to check yourself first. Okay? You just might want to check yourself before you start making just off the wall comments and statements like that, or asking crazy stuff like that.
Hey,
Okay.
Calvin, can I say something?
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you, I'm sure people have, but I just want to tell you that, I mean, I'm enamored and I'm proud of the fact that you truly was awake and you've done something about yourself and about this business and have given us all an opportunity to eat from it. So I just want to take today and say thank you, because I mean, at first, my impression of the whole thing and of you was kind of clouded. But now, after getting on these calls and listening to your pain and suffering and seeing how your color is just like mine, I just want to take the time and say thank you, and I'm very proud of you.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, I
Here,
really
here.
do. I mean, I really do appreciate it. But you know, look, I recognize that I am blessed. I recognize that my family and I are blessed. But I also recognize this is not something that's unique just to me. Not something that any one of you can't accomplish to a certain level, you know, yourself. And I also recognize my responsibility in not just keeping all this knowledge to myself.
Yes.
I mean, what good does it do me to keep all this stuff? I can't. Look, man, look. I could put together some stuff and decide, you know, not pay on the type of compensation plan to pay and try to keep all the money. But look, there ain't nowhere where I can spend all the money. I mean, I can't. I mean, if I tried. I mean, to be honest with you, I really don't need much more than what I have right now. What me and my family have right now, that we have that's coming in on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis, we really can't spend much more than that. I mean, there's not much more that we need. Anything that we want, we're able to get. We're secure. We have a nice roof over our heads. We're able to buy what we want to buy, when we want to buy, go places where we want to go. So what? I mean, how much more could you want? How much more can you spend? How much more can you gather? You ain't gonna take it with you. All the knowledge and stuff, you can't just keep all that to yourself. That's why we give away so much. That's why we have these meetings like this that are public, that are broadcast all over the place, all over Facebook, all over YouTube. But we want people to know that there's more out there for you. And this is how you can get it.
Calvin, can I say something?
Yeah.
Also, too, if you take in consideration the time that we're living in right now,
Oh, man.
most of the white folks seem to think that they can treat us the way they have been treating us because of the economics. And we need more people like you to help us to get to the same position financially as they are in. We were freed with nothing.
Exactly.
We just had to start from scratch. Those white folks had monies that was left to them from their ancestors. So that automatically put us at a disadvantage. That's why I applaud you for doing what you're doing. I know it don't seem like I'm not doing anything, but just listening to you every Saturday is encouraging to me. And it helps me to put another brick on the wall so I can leave something for my kids so they will not be at a disadvantage. Now, people have said money is the root of all evil. It is not. It's about how you use it,
Right.
and it affords you to have a better quality of life and leave something worthy for your children.
I am so glad you brought that up. I did a post. Look, I hear the conviction in your voice. God knows I do. I don't know if anybody else does, but I hear it. I see it, every.
I do.
I mean, trust me, I see it in you all every meeting that we have, every phone call you all make to me, every Facebook post, every message that you all share with each other. I see it all the time, and it encourages me to keep getting up every morning and doing what I do. Because look, what's going on right now in the world is a culmination of frustration for over 600 years. And for those people who do not or cannot understand it, it's because they don't know what it's like to live this life.
Exactly.
They don't know what it's like to be in your car. I drive a nice Cadillac, but I live in a very, very nice, prominent neighborhood. But when I get in that car, my wife will tell you, "Man, why are you driving like an old person?" Because I'm a black man driving a nice car. I literally fear driving down the road and being stopped for no reason whatsoever other than black man driving a nice car.
Hello.
Yeah,
And if you-
I get all
And if you think I'm exaggerating, when I was homeless and not making much money, I had a couple of, little old cars, never got pulled over, never got a ticket in almost 27, 37 years of driving. But as soon as I made a little money and got me a Range Rover, the first year I had that Range Rover, I got pulled over 7 times in 1 year. And not one ticket, not one. But each and every time, I felt like I was less than human.
Not
Each
only
every
that,
time-
Calvin,
Each
I
and
hate-
every time, I felt like I was being forced to bow down to someone else's authority simply because they thought that because they're different color than me, that they had some type of power over me. There's nothing more degrading than that. And the other half of the country, y'all don't have to deal with that. So if you want to know where our frustration comes from,
Yep.
it comes from just living, just being in this country, a country that we love more than probably they do. I spent 10 years in the military, 8 years active duty, 10th Mountain, 1st Combat, 2nd Brigade, Rapid Response Unit. I've been in combat 3 times. I've been on the fire in firefights a total of 7 times. I've taken more lives than you can imagine. I've watched more friends of mine and brothers of mine die than you can imagine. I became a disabled combat veteran, defending the United States, defending its principles, defending a country that would not defend me.
Mm-hmm.
So how in the world could you not call us Americans, call us un-American because we protest, because we kneel during the national anthem? You know what that flag really stands for? That flag represents the right of someone to protest peacefully. That flag represents the right of someone to burn that flag in effigy during protest if that's what they choose to do.
yes.
That flag gives them the right to do that. There have been men and women who have died so that other people can have the right to do just that. You got the nerve to say that it's un-American for someone to kneel and protest during the national anthem?
But yet somebody kneels on the neck of a black man.
Yeah, look, I don't want to turn this into a
Yeah,
another
right.
whole type of conversation, but a lot of people don't really know what that flag stands for. They don't know, and it's not that I'm bowing to a flag. It's just that I'm trying to adhere to what it represents, or what it's supposed to have represented, because it falls short. Okay, now, when you go back to when people talking about money is the root of all evil, 8 years ago, 8 years ago, I was just out the homeless shelter. Okay, this was posted 8 years ago. If the love of money is the root of all evil, then the lack of money must be the root of all frustration. So the pursuit of money is indeed the root of hope. Thus, the acquisition of money is the root of satisfaction, peace of mind, financial security, higher quality of life, and a host of other things we would trade a life without money for.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes.
Now, that was my mindset 8 years ago. My mindset 8 years ago, when I was broke, is what made my millionaire status a reality today.
Mhm.
We gotta start changing the way we view and perceive money, the way we view and perceive financial things. We gotta start having conversations that reflect, how to make our money grow, not just how to make money, but how to grow money.
Yes.
And we gotta have those conversations with our kids at an early age. We gotta have this conversation in our churches. We gotta have this conversation in our neighborhoods. We gotta have this conversation on social media. We gotta have this conversation in our schools. Because they've been having those conversations for a very long time.
Mhm.
And when you talk about us being stripped of certain things, not only did we start out without, but along the way, we were prevented from even trying to achieve certain things.
Mhm.
Some of you all don't remember a time when banks and mortgage companies and lending institutions would refuse African Americans, even though they had good credit,
Oh, yes.
no home loan.
Redlining.
It was called redlining.
Yep.
They're still doing it.
Yeah. I'm in real estate and they still do it. Yes.
Look, people do not understand when I hear people say, "Well, what are y'all complaining about?" Really? That shows me that you are totally disconnected from reality. Your reality and our reality is something totally different. When you see a great country, we see greatness denied. Different. Big difference. Now, all I'm saying is this. Every time I come up with a business platform or I put together a business model, I am reminded of where I came from. I am reminded of my responsibility to try and put everybody within not just the corporation that I'm building. I'm trying to make sure that everybody can rise up to a level of respectability when it comes to their finances and being able to do the things they want to and walk proudly and do the things they want to do. Now, with that being said, there's a lot of talk in this country about defunding the police, about doing this, and I love the talk that's going on right now. I love the enthusiasm that's behind it. I love the focus on real change. But there's one thing that no one is talking about. They're dancing around this subject. They're talking about how can we do this? How can we make a difference? How can we bring them up to be equal? How can we? And no one wants to talk reparations.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Look, the one thing, the very thing, the one and very thing that can actually make real difference, that can make real change, that can bring people up to a certain level, that's the one thing that we don't want to talk about.
Yes. They owe us.
And here's the thing, is reparations a bad thing?
No.
No.
Let's look at this, because y'all know I'm a numbers guy, right? I am a numbers guy.
Give it to me in taxes.
Hold on. I am a numbers guy.
That's how you do it. Give me the next 5 years.
No. Hold on. I am a numbers guy. All right. If you go back to the original promise, 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah.
Just fulfill that. All right. In Tallahassee, Florida, the average acre of land is $45,000. That's the average worth of an acre of land. Right? You multiply that times the 40 acres, that gives you an average of $1.8 million.
Yep.
The equivalence to a mule back then would be a John Deere tractor, which is about $60,000 to $80,000. So you got roughly $1.9 million. Okay. Now, if you took $1.9 million and you awarded that, or you cut a stimulus check, or whatever the case may be, if you get it out in monthly payments, or if you get it out in yearly payments, whatever the case may be, that every adult African American, what does that do for the economy? Now, people are always talking about, well, where are we going to get the money from? Where are we going to get the money from? Where are we going to get the money from? All right, so you got roughly 35 million African Americans, right? That's about 66 trillion, 500 billion dollars. Okay. Now, here's my question. Yes, that's a lot of money. But let's look at that. Remember that number, 66.5 trillion. Okay. Remember that number. If you took 35 million African Americans, took 35 million African Americans, adult African Americans, they all became millionaires to the tune of $1.9 million. Is not all of that money going to be spent back into the economy in one form or fashion?
It has to.
Is not all of that money going to be spent back into the economy in one form or fashion? Now, remember, we spent 66.5 trillion. But if just 20% of the African Americans that got that money, we invested that money into the stock market. And the average gain on the stock market is around 20 to 25 to 30%. That within itself would total back up to the $66.5 trillion spent. Just that alone. Not to mention the number of African Americans who will go out and invest in property and become homeowners and paying property tax and paying all the fees that are associated with being a homeowner and increasing the value or the wealth of the country as a whole. Not to mention the other 10 to 15 to 20% that will go out and start businesses and create jobs that will create revenue for communities and help bring whole communities up. Not to mention those African Americans who would just waste money and go out there and spend it on cars and jewelry and whatever this and that, to all that money is going back into the economy. So when it's all said and done, the $66.5 trillion would turn into more than $300 trillion in realized revenue. If people would just get off the fact of being in their feelings, of being, feeling like, well, I don't like this guilt that I'm feeling you're trying to put on me for something that I didn't do. My ancestors did it, yeah, but I didn't do it, so I don't like you trying to make me. Get off of that. If you just got off of that and just focus on the numbers, you will see that the best thing for this country is reparation. But you're so caught up in your own feelings. You're so caught up in I feel some type of way, than to see the obvious benefit that it would bring to the country. We need to start having more people raise, this conversation. Yeah, there's a lot of great conversation going on. God knows I am so glad to be living in this time where I can say that I'm living in a time where people are really, really, really focused on change. But everyone is avoiding the one thing that could bring about change. No one wants to talk about that. You bring out reparation all day, you go again with the reparation thing. You trying to make it all about money. It's always been about money.
Yes, it has, and still is.
Money was the reason you came over here and took it from the Indians. Money was the reason you traveled across the seas and kidnapped an entire race of people and brought them to work for free.
Yep. Money
was the reason you enacted Jim Crow laws. Money was the reason you did redlining. Money was the reason for the destruction of Black Wall Street. Money was the reason for building all these incarceration in prisons and having more African Americans and minorities being put in prison for longer terms of time. Money is the reason why you have cops that are pulling people over, and when they can easily de-escalate things, someone, whatever, instead of taking someone to jail for being under influence, call them a cab, put their car in impound, have them to take them home safely. Money is the reason for all of this. But what are you talking about? I'm trying to make it about money. I'm not trying to make it about money. It is about money. That's what it's about.
And they're gradually losing the hold of it. You've got folks like Tyler Perry, they tried to ostracize Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, because they were becoming too powerful as far as money is concerned. And if one learn, you teach the other. And if all of us learn, their behinds are in trouble. They're in trouble now. That's why they're behaving the way they are.
Yeah, look, I'll be honest with you. It was not my intention to take this conversation this far in this way, but it touched a nerve with me because I know it touched a nerve with all of you all. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Everything that I do now in trying to bring this about to the trucking industry and create these different opportunities, that's my underlining factor. That's what drives me. So it's always been there just underneath my skin, and I've tried my best not to let it come out, but today it just did. So, but with that being said, we're gonna do our part to make this company a huge success.
Amen.
Amen.
That's what we're gonna do. And in doing so, we are going to save owner operators a ton of money. Okay, not just African American owner operators, but all owner operators. Okay,
Absolutely.
Anybody that wants to take advantage of the huge savings that we're going to be bringing about, they would have an opportunity to do so, and not just the savings, but you get the type of service that is actively putting together programs and putting together our DNA and things that we're doing to make sure that every owner operator that is under our contract is being paid above subpar rate. That cheap freight is no longer an issue for owner operators who use our service. That's the bottom line. All right, so here's what we're doing.
And I'm gonna ride with you till the wheels fall off. No
Okay, thank you. Here's what we're doing. This coming week, today and tomorrow, I'm going to be finishing up the website. I'm going to have it up by Monday, so you all will be able to see the new website. The reflection of the new website is pretty much outlined in the explanation here. If you look at the description of this new video that we just put up on the TMS, our new National Flat Rate Dispatch Corporation, okay? RBBS Assurance USA has partnered with InMotion Global and Ascend TMS to help us manage our large client base, enabling our branches, member specialists, and dispatch employees to quickly match our huge database of non-cheap freight with our clientele of owner operators. Now, that is going to be a byline on the website. When you first come onto the website, this is what you're going to see. That's pretty much going to tell who we are. Assurance USA, one flat fee for all of your dispatching, and for the first time in the history of the industry, a minimum rate per mile guarantee. Cheap freight is an unfortunate reality of the trucking industry, but with an Assurance USA minimum rate per mile guarantee, cheap freight no longer has to be your reality. So what you all see on the website now is basically going to be replaced with this. The imagery is going to change. The whole theme of the website is going to change towards a corporate dispatching firm. Okay. You have something down that says Assurance USA, a flat fee national dispatch firm. What is it and how does it work? We are America's trucking industry first and only provider of flat fee national dispatching. I need to change that from firm to dispatching. Flat fee dispatching fees, featuring a minimum rate per mile guarantee, designed to enhance owner operators' bottom line. That features a member's benefit package that enhances cheap freight by an additional $1 per mile, professional dispatching services, factoring, all included as part of Assurance USA's flat fee dispatch membership. Okay, so that is going to be the verbiage of the website. Now, if you all notice, it's a slight change from what the verbiage is now, but it encompasses the same values. Okay, It does reflect I wouldn't say a different direction. It reflects a more defined and definitive direction. Okay, a direction that is better explained and more comprehensible. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what's going to make it very easy for you all to explain what it is we do. So it's not like a pitch, because we're not going to be cold calling. We've got enough inquiries on the website that it'll keep us busy for probably a couple of months calling people back. Okay, and we literally have thousands of inquiries, from the website where owner operators have been sending stuff in, want to know this, want to know that, how does this work, what is this? This looks interesting. Can you tell me more about it? What's the flat fee cost? What's this? What's that? What's compensation enhancement? We got literally thousands of people that we got to respond back to. Okay, so come July 4th, the day after July 4th, July 5th, we're gonna have our work cut out for us. Great thing about it is that we won't be making cold calls. These are people who have requested information. These people who have expressed a genuine interest in what we have to offer. And from here on out, when we start doing our national brand, which we're going to talk about that too. So far, we have committed for in-house, for our branding account, we have about $75,000 that have been committed to in the form of trademark licensing agreement fees. Some are at the 5,000, some at the 10,000. We told them all of those people who have committed and said that they want a branch and they have this much money available. It totals up to about 75 grand. Okay. As you all start to operating your branches, you all will not be responsible for paying your trademark usage fees for the first 90 days. So there'll be a 3-month period from the time we launch to the time your first trademark usage fee is due. I want to give you all time to build up your clientele. I want to give you all time to, get accustomed to presenting this to people and getting a feel for how we need to operate the business, how to use your merchant account, how to use the CNTMS. I want you all to spend that time getting accustomed to that. And I want you all to spend that time building up your money. So as you're bringing in clientele, you are going to be you're still going to be paid your commission, but you all won't have to pay a monthly license usage fee, a trademark usage fee for the first 90 days. So for 3 months, you all will just concentrate on just bringing in clientele and building up money. So when that usage fee does kick in, you all are in a much more stable position. So as of right now, that $70,000 to $75,000 that we have pledged for already, most of that is going to go towards branding, putting up those posters in the truck stops. Okay, I'm still trying to weigh between billboards and the size of trailers for the other part of that. And we are going to do some advertising on Fox News, but I'm still looking at what will we get more out of? Putting it on the side of rented trailers or putting it on billboards strategically located along high traffic trucking routes. After reviewing everything, the billboard idea, the billboard idea is gaining more traction with me because the numbers seem to support that we'll get more from the billboards. The trailers, that can be good if, now I'm gonna say this, if we had about 40 of the 48 states already committed, yeah, I would probably do both. Okay, but with what we have right now, I think I'm gonna go with the billboards and the truck stops. And then as we start getting into the monthly usage fees being paid, because some of you all are electing the flat fee of either $2,500 per month or $1,500 per month, and some of you are electing the 12.5% and the 25%. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I fully expect those of you who are electing the percentage, I think you made a mistake. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not a mistake on our part, because it's gonna bring us more money corporate wise. Because all indications are that, you know, this is gonna be an overwhelming success. I haven't had any owner operators who have contacted us that says that they did not like the idea of the flat fee dispatcher. That said that they did not like the idea of the guaranteed rate per mile, the minimum rate per mile guarantee. Haven't had anybody that said they did not like the idea of having premium factoring already in place, so they don't have to worry about that, of how quick they're gonna get their money. We've got two of the top factory companies on the contract. So, you know, and having the CNTMS to help us manage all that, and their staff, the willingness of their staff and their people to come in and assist us on management. I mean, with all of that into play, you know, and our corporate staff, the guys that we have in our corporate staff, Mr. Israel, Mr. Kenneth Barber, Mr. Melvin Yeomans, you know, those guys, you know, and we're still looking for one more person. I still need one more person on my corporate staff, and I would like it to be a female who is pretty sharp in the area of, you know, money management and, you know, investments and things of that nature. I really would love to have someone who is up on corporate law, on business law, on legalities and business law and things of that nature. That is what I really want someone like that to add to the team, and I would love to have a female figure to have that perspective, that insight. You just want to business-minded females. They have a unique perspective on things, and they bring a lot of value to any company that's willing to sit down and see what they are bringing is, and acknowledge the worth of what they bring to the table. So that's where I am with that. But we'll let that play out, how it plays out. You know, we're not going to rush it. We're going to continue on, then we'll let that play out, just how it plays out. But this week, here is what you all can expect. Expect the website to be ready to show all of you all by Monday. Expect to get a call from me this week, branch owners, and solidifying or setting a concrete time to have your license fees in. So we got to get those into the escrow account. We're gonna have all that done no later than the 29th. Okay, we're gonna start doing it next week. Those of you who can put it forth, you know, next week we'll start collecting that in up until the 29th. We gotta have everything in by the 29th. Member specialists, expect to have you all's compensation agreements. I'm putting those together, and I have those out to everybody by next Friday. Compensation agreements, both for the member specialists and for the branch owners, and for the I'm gonna have one made up for the salaried employees. We are launching our Indeed national campaign, hiring campaign, starting next week. I've already talked with Indeed and figured out what it's going to cost us to do a national hiring campaign in all 48 states nationwide. We're going to put out a campaign where we're going to be hiring people, and their job is going to be to load management, dispatch, match the loads with the carriers. That's going to relieve a lot of that responsibility off of the member specialists, and you all can concentrate on going back out and bringing in more operators. So that's how that's going to work. within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll start having specific meetings for the branch owners. We'll have meetings just with the branch owners to go over their operations and try to set up some type of consistent constructional plan that is, that will give a fabric of how things run within the corporation. Okay, we want to have everybody on the same page. I'm going to talk about your individual budgets as far as your branding. We're going to talk about your individual expectations for your member specialists and the numbers that they're going to need to produce each month. We're going to talk about those, and we're going to talk about ways for you all to help keep them on, on course. So we got a lot. We got a lot that we're going to be doing, and this is going to be quite different from what we were doing, from what we do with the National Dispatchers Network. Because with that, you all were all separate. You were running your own things. But for those of you who are coming over to the insurance USA, this is a corporate structure, and we're all kind of going to be, be on pretty much the same wavelength. Okay. Any questions about what we just talked about as far as what to expect this coming week, and things of that nature? Any questions on that?
Yeah, I got a question. Calvin, if I wanted to ask you a question, can I email you so then that way it won't take away from your time? You don't have to stop.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let me put it this way. If you all want to email me a question specifically to me, outside of sending over your stuff about your membership or your member specialist or your agency or something like that, if you want to address a specific question, send it over to Calvin.Butler.
Hold on. Go ahead, Calvin.Butler
at nocheapfreight.com. Oh, now that we're talking about that, let me do this. All right, Grasshopper. Some of you that got your Grasshopper account, you're a little bit confused as far as what you can and can't do with your Grasshopper number. Okay, all right. When you get your Grasshopper number, okay, I've already assigned some extensions. Hold on here for the extensions. All right, if you go into Grasshopper, you're gonna see all this stuff right here. All right, y'all see these numbers over here? Everything from here on up. Everything from there on up, they don't concern you. Okay, this is the only number that you're concerned with. That's 800-381-8720. That's the Assurance USA number. When people call that number, they get the little British, and Australian voice, Assurance USA, y'all know that thing. Okay, that's what they get. Okay, these numbers up here don't concern you. These are either numbers to the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, RBBS Transport LLC, Parts for Less, Pick and Pull Prices Out Pick and Pull, or P4L, or to my wife's company, Ladies Touch, I'm LLC. Okay, so all these numbers up here don't concern you all. This is the only number that is reflective and that concerns you. Okay, also, your voicemail that you're trying to set up, you're probably not going to be able to set it up. If you set up a voicemail on your cell phone, when someone calls your extension and you don't pick up, you're going to get the voicemail you have on your cell phone. Does everybody understand that?
Repeat that, say it again, Calvin.
All right. If someone calls your number, if someone calls this toll-free number, that 800, this number right here, that 800-381-8720, and they hit your extension, like here, Mr. Gibson or Gary Roberts, 707, they hit your extension, right? that is gonna ring to your phone number. See where it says forwards to? It forwards to that person's cell phone number. That's why I asked you all to provide your cell phone number.
Okay.
Because I want a number that can reach you no matter where you at. Okay? If you do not pick up that call, it is going to go to your cell phone voicemail. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
So you may want to change your voicemail on your cell phone, if you have one, to reflect a little bit more professionalism. You understand what I'm saying? You
Yeah, they
understand
got
what
you.
I'm saying?
I got you.
All right, because if you got one of those voicemails that says, hey, hey, shut that dog up. I got you. I'm not here right now. You might want to change that. I hate that voicemail. I really, look, I call a friend of mine, and no matter how many times I call it, it always, it's like, hold on. I can't hear you. Huh? What you saying? Who is this again? And I'm just like, it's me, Calvin. It's me. He goes, I got you. Like, it gets me every time. So change that. If that's your voicemail, change it. Okay? You may want to change that to reflect a little bit more professionalism. Okay? You don't want to have those type of voicemails. So, but here's what happens when you all will send this over. This is what it looks like to us. We get it and we put in the, we go in here and we add this stuff in. We add your PIN number and all that type of stuff. We click save. It comes back here. We come down here and we add your forwarding number. And you see here, we put your forwarding number in. There it is right there. So that's in. Let's see here. Close that up. Oh, we also add your email address down here. So when you do get a message, when you do have messages, it will be sent to your email. The transcript and the voice recording of the message is going to go to the email that we have associated with your Grasshopper account. Does everybody understand that?
Mm-hmm.
So if we have your email, katrina.u@nocheapfreight.com, that's where your voicemail messages are going to go to.
Right. It's kind of like Ring Central.
Yeah, along with your cell phone voicemail. But you can go to your email and you'll be able to pull up a written transcript of the voicemail, and there will be a recording when you can click play. Everybody got it?
Yep.
All right.
I do that now.
All right, there you go. I haven't finished assigning all the toll-free extensions yet. I'm still going through them. I'll try to get through them all this weekend, okay? And when you all get them, you'll get an email that tells you what your extension is and all that. All right. Okay, that's that. Grasshopper. And remember, all you all's domain email address is going to be either your name or your company name, whichever one you want to send over to me, at nocheapfreight.com. Okay? Everybody has their own domain. It has a domain email address at nocheapfreight.com, and the email gives you 2 gigabytes. It's 2 gigabytes of storage. If you need more, you can do that. It just charges us like a small fee. I think it's like to get the 50 gigabyte one, which is a lot more, it charges us like $5.99 per month. If you are a branch owner, we can build that to your branch if you need something larger. But we're not going to do it until you get close to your capacity, okay, of that 2 gigabytes. So if you need to upgrade to the 50 gigabyte one, we can. And we're not going to charge you the whole $5.99. We'll probably charge you like $2.99 or $2.50 or $3.25, and we'll pay the rest of it. It will be a split between corporate and you, okay? So that's what it is on the domain email address. All right. What else? I said we're just gonna go over.
Hey, Calvin, can I ask you a quick question real quick?
Yeah.
Since well, in regard to doing the being a member specialist, do I still need to have the DocuSign and all that stuff?
It's always a good idea to have DocuSign or Adobe Sign, okay? Because let's say you have, even though you are a member specialist, right? As much as I would like to, every owner operator that wants to use a dispatch service is not going to want. We're not going to get every owner operator out. Okay, some owner operators are still going to want to do the Senate, be charged a percentage of the collar, and they just don't want to be on a flat rate, or they don't want to be part of of that membership, right? Right. So because remember, even though you all are member specialists, you all also own your own dispatch firms. Even though you are a branch owner, you still own your own dispatch firm, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And not everybody is not going to want to come underneath the Assurance USA membership. Okay, they're just not. We'll get the majority of them, but I'm not going to say 100% of everybody that contacts you, or your existing people that you have right now. Some of them may just I just stay with the service that I've got. Now, if that happens, you're gonna need what?
The DocuSign.
Exactly. You're gonna need that for those few clientele that you have outside of the Assurance USA. Think of Assurance USA as you joining a corporation, but at the same time, you still got your own business. That's all it is.
Because I was about to just shut it all down and just be a member specialist.
No, I mean, don't do that. Don't stifle your opportunities, man. Don't do that. I wouldn't want you to do that. I wouldn't want you to stifle your opportunity. Okay?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was just going to be just.
Yeah, look. I am truly a person that practices what he preaches. Okay, y'all hear me talk about multiple streams of income all the time, right?
Yes.
All right. So don't think for 1 minute that I want you all to just shut down everything and just. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Keep your multiple streams of income opportunities, available to you. My wife and I, we're always looking at more stuff. We were looking at taking over a car wash that was owned by a gentleman here in Tallahassee, Mr. Bond. Just give him a shout out. Everybody, shout out to Mr. Bond. I've been following this young man for for about 3 or 4 years. I like keeping tabs on people who are doing good things in the community, who have that entrepreneurial mindset. This company, which is on Facebook, it's called Goodson Window Tinting and Auto Detailing. It's him right here. This is his company. Goodson Mobile Detailing. Okay. He's very. I've been following him since he started his first when he was doing just a mobile detailing. About 3 or 4 years ago. Then he got his own spot, started doing this, and he started coming up. He was a young cat, 20-something years old. You don't find very many young guys like that have that type of mindset. Okay. And not only that, he's providing opportunity. That's him right there, with the beard right there. He's providing opportunities to people in the community, working, his shop, doing the window tinting, doing the car washing, doing the phone repair. So he provides a lot of opportunities to people, right? I kind of keep my eye on it, giving him praise here and there, I kind of keep an eye on. And he just he made the announcement that he's closed up his shop here in Tallahassee, and he's going to Central Florida, because he wants to be closer to his son or daughter. His son. So, which that's commendable. So he's moving his version of the business down there, but he was going to close up this one right here. So I went out and paid him a visit. First time we had ever really met face to face. I went out and met with him. He said, "Yeah, I know who he is." And he knew who I was. I knew who he was. Like minds, they think alike. We follow each other on Facebook. We're both in the same group, Millionaires in the Making, Tallahassee, Florida. So we're both in the same group. So we've been keeping tabs on each other. He, frequently watch my broadcast. I frequently, make sure I keep on the things that he's doing. So when I drove up, he immediately came out and said, he knew who I was. "Mr. Butler, how you doing?" I said, "Hey, this how you doing?" He's like, and like I said, we had never physically met in person, but we were both keen to what each other was doing. And so I reached out to him. I said, "Look, my wife has a business where she cleans houses and does contracts and stuff, and we were wanting to add the car detailing service to her business. Instead of you closing up your shop here, okay, all right, we would like to take it over. Right? You still have some ties to it, but you see, some commissions from it, but we would like to take it over and keep your people working. That way they don't have to go and look for another job, and then business stays open here. We just changed the name of it to Latest Touch, LLC. People still keep the same, work schedules, whatever this and that, still does the window tinting, still does the detailing, everything that exists there. And we're gonna add to it the auto parts, where people can come in and order their parts and stuff and have them drop ship, or they can come back here and pick their parts up. Okay. And he loved that idea because he did not want to put his people, here in Tallahassee out of work. Okay. But I say this because I do practice what I preach. Okay. When it comes to the diversity and when it comes to multiple streams of income, when it comes to, recognizing people in the community who are doing good things and trying to help them further what they're doing and keep, them on the right path and in the whole 9 yards. So I very much do practice on what I preach. I have a lot that's going on. My wife has a lot that's going on. Us together, we're connected with a network, of other people in the community who are doing great things on the business, on that business tip. And these are the type of relationships that I want you all to start developing too. Because your whole mindset has got to change when you are entering into something like this, what we're doing with Assurance USA. I told you all a while back, this is something totally different from what you all are probably used to. Some of you probably have been involved in stuff like this, but this is on a whole nother scale. It really is. It really is on a whole new scale. This is the type of thing that can define you. This is the type of thing that will set you for life. This is the type of thing that you can create a legacy from and leave it not just to your children, but to other people in the community, leave it to your community. And that says a lot. That says a lot, okay? I'm at that age where I recognize that I have less time on this earth than I've had on this earth. And when you get to that point, legacy becomes a very important thing, It really does. I can't tell you how a sense of leaving some type of legacy becomes so important to you. It's not so much about the money. It's not so much about that. It's more about being remembered as someone who actually made a difference.
Yes.
You're on the backside of the mountain.
Yeah, that's now you can say, well, call that being vain or whatever you want to call it, but that's just doesn't matter. You get to a certain point in life where your accomplishments have to be bigger than you.
Thank you for clearing that up, because I'm totally new to owning a business or starting a business. This is my first, the dispatch, my first business. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm doing something. And I just hate that I'm getting all this information so late in life. 32, just now learning all this stuff
Look,
about the
look,
stock market and all. It's crazy.
look. If I had started at 32, I didn't start till like 45, 10, 15 years ago, 40, 45. If I had started on this path at 32, that's what I did. I became a mortgage broker at 32. My daughter was born. My only child was born at 32. So that tells you how late I got started on everything. I gave a good portion of my life to Uncle Sam. Okay, not much room for family and loved ones when you're being deployed all over the country, doing every hot spot, and you're jumping out of planes and at 30,000 feet, and jumping into areas where people are shooting at you, or you're in country, doing surveillance or all this other stuff. That's not conducive to a family life. So I got started pretty late. Got all that wild stuff and crazy stuff and all that stuff out of my system, early. So if I had started at 32, my God.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do it right. Trying to, it's so much temptation out there, to go left. But
yeah, I mean, look. That's why the right network, okay, is so important. Aligning yourself with people who are doing positive things. You want to align yourself with people who you can look to and say, I don't want to screw up because I don't look bad in that person's eyes. I don't want to screw up because I'm trying to get to where that person is. Have something you're chasing. If it's not someone, have something you're chasing. Okay? So, but make sure the thing that you're chasing is worth catching. Right?
True that.
Yeah, I gotta start writing some of this stuff down because in this group we come up with some great phrases. I gotta start writing some of this stuff down. Everyone should have something that they're chasing, but you want to make sure that what you're chasing is worth catching. Okay? So, I mean, we're glad to have you. The best place to start is where you at, man. Yeah, I was homeless, and people tell me, "What? You can't do that. Why don't you wait till you get a place? Why don't you wait till you get a car? Why don't you wait till you get a job? Why don't you wait till you get some money?"
Yeah, I watched that, man. That's deep, man. I watched that. What is Diary of Homeless?
Yeah,
that was deep, man.
Yeah, Diaries of a Homeless Entrepreneur series that I did, back when I was. But actually, I guess you say I'm still doing it. I'm still recording. I've never stopped recording.
Just leveled up.
Yeah, I never stopped recording. But when I started that, I remember my uncle, who was very successful, and he told me then. He said, what you're doing is rather ingenious. And I didn't see it that way. I just saw it as a way of when I needed a way to chronicle what I was doing, because I needed a way to keep myself on track, keep myself focused. So like you said, there was a lot of things, especially when you're homeless, you're out there on the street. So many different things can pull at you. It's an easy way and go this way and try to make money fast and quick, which may not lead to going back to prison. But you have to weigh that. No, I don't want to do that. And then you got people over here that telling you do this, and I don't want to do that either. You got people telling me, man, you ain't gonna do this, you can't do this. Well, you don't want to do that either. So I had to find a way to keep myself motivated and to keep myself on track. And I hear people say this, people use this term all the time. Move in silence. Y'all ever heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. I hate that term. God knows I do. I hate that. But I hate that with a passion. Because if you move in silence, you're giving yourself an excuse to give up. If you move in silence, that's just a cop-out to say, well, if I decide I don't want to do this, ain't nobody else going to know, so I just won't do it. But if you broadcast to the world, what you going to do?
I'm trying to make it work.
Exactly. So videotaping and so pushing stuff. I say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. If you broadcast to the world, then you have the whole world that is holding you accountable. Right?
True that.
So even though you may want to give up, chances are you're gonna run into somebody, man, didn't you say you were gonna start a business? What's going on with that? I can't give up now. Everybody you run into is gonna say, man, I saw you on the thing on the YouTube, man. Man. When you gonna get that CSC thing started? Damn. I was thinking about that.
It's like they want you to fail, man.
Exactly. But if you put it out there, and broadcast to the world, then everybody is holding you accountable. And even if you want to give up, hey. Well, there were times when I felt like I just really wanted to give up. I'm not gonna lie to you. But since I had it out there for everybody to see, every time I turned the corner, somebody was saying, man, what you doing now? You gonna get that done? You gonna get that done? Are you still doing this? You still doing that? I can't say to them, nah, man, I gave up. Gotta do it. So that's why I hate that phrase, move in silence. I hate that. My mom, you all not tell everybody what you're gonna do. Why not? Well, everybody don't have your best. People ain't got my message. I'm hard, if I keep it to myself. At least if I put it out there, I know who's who and what's what. And I have some real motivation that'll keep me on track when I feel like giving up. That's just the way I see it.
Hey, Calvin, can I say something?
Yeah.
I feel for this brother because, he's still young. I'm 55, and this brother's still young. He got his whole life ahead of him. And I'll tell you like this, it's not the time to have one egg in the basket, no more. Because I drove a truck for 35 years, and I made sure I got people freight to their destinations and picked up on time, and took all of my time and my family time to get that done. But I had a detached retina, which left me blind in my right eye, so I could never drive a truck again. So all those 35 years that I put behind the wheel are gone. Now I'm 55, trying to start something new and in the same boat. But I will say this, bro. Do not think that you're by yourself. I have talked to various people in our network that hold me accountable and that I've lessened my learning curve because I've talked to someone else that is doing something different than I am, and it gives me new ideas. So this network is viable. It's very, very compliant to what you need to get on board and get covered in what you're doing and build something. So stay in the network, use the network, even if you don't want to put it out there on the World Wide Web, because I'm learning that too. Just do what the network can give you. And there's a plethora of people out there that are already doing what you're trying to get to. So use the network. This is a blessing. And Calvin is explaining to us how to get rich. And that's not quick. It's not quick. So just continue doing what you're doing. Don't look at the age. My wife tells me all the time, don't look at the age. Look at what's inside of you. You've already made the first step to being a millionaire by making that first step, getting into our BBS. So keep up the good work and keep it going. And I'm going to do the same.
Well, I thank you because that sums up, basically, in a nutshell, the value of what we have here. Because people talk about the free videos, the information, and they ask me all the time, why you give that stuff? Because that's not the most valuable part of what we offer. The network is. Y'all have heard me say that many a time.
Yes.
The network is the real value. That's the real value. Okay. The free videos, stuff we're talking about now, yes, it's valuable, but that's not the real value. The real value is, like I said, having a network you can go to. Because you all, I mean, I watch you all on our chat group all the time. I don't have time to come in all the time to say stuff because I'm busy doing stuff behind the scenes. But I see what you all are talking about. I see how you all are helping each other. I see how you all interact with us. I see how you all are encouraging each other. I see how you all are answering questions for each other. I see how you all are sharing loads and sharing carriers. And someone have a carrier for a load that picks up here. Yeah, I got one. Okay, shoot me his information over. I see that stuff going on all the time. And I'm gonna be honest with you, you all have made this way more than I could have imagined it to be. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, what you all are doing in the chat groups and on the networking side of it really constitutes the real value of what this whole platform is. Yeah, we come up with great ideas, but we don't come up with them just by ourselves. We come up with them as a network. When you all start talking to me about the different things that you all are doing within the network and how you have difficulty doing it, don't you think that is what's causing me to come up with these new business models? That's where the ideas are sown from seeing what you all are going through, using the tools and resources and the things that we're doing on a daily basis, and listening to you in the private consultation of things. It gives me ideas. Okay, how can I make this better? Not just for this person, but for everybody within the network. That's why when I tell y'all, if you gotta ask a question, don't ask it to be privately. Ask it, so everybody can hear it. Because everybody gets the benefit from the answer, right? Because I promise you, if you got something that's weighing on you, somebody else has the same thing that's weighing on them. I promise you they do. That's why we encourage the participation. That's why we have these interactive sessions that we have. I want to understand each and every last one of you. I want to know what you don't know. And I don't know everything, right? A lot of times you all will ask me stuff and I say, well, let's go find out. And we started Googling, we started searching all over the place, we started asking other people, and then we come up with an answer. But that's what it's all about. That's why I wanted to create the type of platform that we have, not just a class or a course where you pay a whole bunch of money and I give y'all some, some ebooks and some, and some rules and regulations. And I say, okay, I'm gonna make some money. That's not what it's about. It's about connecting and having a network of people you can go to and rely on to help you get through the low points, in this industry. Help you figure things out. Heads is better than one. 5 heads is a whole lot better than one. So, and that's what it's all about. And that's all we're doing. When it comes to the Insurance USA, when it comes to a lot of other stuff, and I'll be honest with you, this won't be the last thing that we come up with. I mean, Insurance USA is the latest thing that we've come up with, and we're gonna put this together, and we're gonna make it work. And from that, you all are gonna make money. We're gonna make money. We're all gonna make money. And from that, each of you all, hopefully, are gonna have ideas of your own of new types of industry or innovations to the industry you want to bring up and partner up with people, because what's better than networking with people? Networking with people that have got money, right?
Yeah.
So if you all are in this group, we're in this business and we're in this corporation, and we make this thing as successful as we can make it, and you're all making money, what have you created? You have created a network of powerful people. You created a network of people that have serious resources. So you all can what? Get together and make even bigger things happen beyond what this is. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
You got to be able to focus on not just what's in front of you, but on what could be and on the total picture.
Black Wall Street all over again.
There you go. This can't be burned down.
Sure can.
That's
You
right.
understand?
That's
Because
right.
you know, this is the new age. This is new technology. You
Come
all are
on
not
now.
working in your own little, businesses, whatever. We are virtual. We are doing something. We are doing something that is the future model for living in this pandemic type of new reality. Think about that. Think about how we're structured. Think about how we are compensating you all. 40% in Bitcoins. We're doing some pretty innovative stuff. A lot of stuff that a lot of companies hadn't even thought about yet. And it won't end here. Because as you all start to flourish in this and you come up with your own business structures, you're going to be using some of those same innovations. It's going to do what? Create more wealth, which turns into what? Generational wealth. I know we throw around some terms that people are not used to hearing.
Yeah, but fear is contaminated faith. That's all it is.
Exactly.
New stuff brings upon new, different outcomes.
Exactly. And look, it's not surprising that a lot of the pushback that we get from people on Facebook, most of the pushback we get are from people who don't understand us anyway. Y'all know what I'm saying, okay? It's not because they don't believe that it can work. It's because they just don't want us to make it work. You know, and that's bad that it is that way. That people think in terms they only see, this, they only see that, they only see color, they only see this. So, and oh, look, Rod, I mean, as far as words of encouragement, I mean, I speak this every day. This is just how I live. Okay. And I want all of you all to start living the same way. My entire life, well, at least from the time from when I was homeless, has been nothing but a testimony. I don't want to get all religious and spiritual. I do believe in God. I don't believe in religion. So let's just leave it at that. I do believe in God. I do believe in something that is bigger than myself. Okay. But at the same time, I do believe that things happen in your life that allows you to be able to share and help other people. And that's all a testimony is. Things that have happened in your life that you can share with others so you can educate them and help them. That's all a testimony is. Okay. And the one thing that I wanted to do when I started the Diaries of a Homeless Entrepreneur, I wanted to have a living and in the now, actively running testimony. I didn't want to have to come back and say, well, let me tell y'all what I did. And then have you to have to either believe it or not believe it. I wanted to create something that was in real time. So you saw it as it happened. So you don't have any choice but to believe it. You understand? Now, I can't say that was my foresight in, but as time went along, that became the working reality for me. That I was on to something. At first, like I said, I was trying to find something to keep myself motivated. Because it's depressing being in a homeless shelter. It's depressing having your child having to go with your mom and your aunts and uncles because you can't keep a roof over their head. It's depressing. It literally takes just about everything out of it. I mean, it really does. So you gotta find some kind of way to pick yourself up every day. It's depressing when you're walking, early in the morning trying to get to a day labor job and people you've helped become successful. They pass right by you and don't even go to home. That's depressing. You know, it's depressing when you see people you know, and you know that they see you, but they keep forcibly looking the other way, so they don't have to acknowledge that they see you. That's depressing. So I was just looking for a way to keep myself motivated. You know, to keep myself, you know, saying, well, hey, you know, tomorrow's a new day. I keep putting one foot in front of the other when I get there. But as I was just trying to keep myself motivated, I realized that I was doing a whole lot more than that. And it just snowballed and turned into this. I'm gonna tell you what really shocked me. After shooting the series Diaries of a Homeless Entrepreneur for about 9 months, I was coming up on almost a year being homeless. I was standing on the curb across from the homeless shelter. I had just came from a day labor job when I was working on construction. I was standing on the curb on Tennessee Street right in front of the Popeye, getting ready to cross to go over to the homeless shelter and bed down for that night. It was a big Florida State, you know, homecoming weekend, and these people pulled up in this convertible. And I'm standing on, literally, I am standing on the curb waiting for the light to change. These people pulled up in this convertible. And an older lady, it was a bunch of older people, they were Florida State fans, you know, older white, you know. And this lady said, when they pulled up, she looked at me, she kept staring at me. And I looked back at her, she said, "You're a homeless entrepreneur." And she spoke with a British accent. I was, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "We watch you in Britain all the time. I love your videos. They are so inspirational. Don't stop what you're doing." That was a humbling feeling.
Confirmation.
Yeah. You know, that someone from on the other side of the planet was telling me that they cannot take their eyes off of my videos. Now, mind you, I was still homeless, having no idea if I was really reaching people or not. I don't know about you all, but that's a powerful thing. That right there gave me, after that, it's like I felt so energized. To just keep going. That right there told me that, you know what, Calvin, it's gonna be all right. You're gonna get to where you're trying to go. Just don't give up. Because I had thoughts of giving up. I had thoughts of, you know, I don't know if this is, you know, working out for me. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I had some success in this, I had some failure. You know, I was starting to, that self-doubt was starting to creep in. But that one incident let me know that I was on the right track. And that I would eventually get to where I am right now. So all I can say to you all is, look, stay the course. You all know where we're at. We're in the trucking industry. You all know how great this industry is. You see money being made in this industry every single day. I mean, you know where we are. You all know what we have. You all know what we have to offer. You all know the value of what we have to offer. You all know what's going to be the return on what we have to offer. So I say to you, stay the course. Yeah? Because we are doing something right. All right, let's have some questions and answers before we leave this for the day. I've got a lot I got to do as far as, you know, finishing up the website and getting back to some of you all this weekend and next week. Got to get prepared to start collecting the trademark fees so we can get those into the escrow account and start paying for some of this this branding that we're going to be doing here in July. All right, Questions, answers, Q&A. Any questions?
Hey, Calvin, real quick, I finally got a carrier, right?
Mhm.
But I feel like he's playing me. Like when I present him with loads, I tell him what I got, and he say, "Let me check with my wife and see if this is clear." Is he taking these loads? I'm telling him where they're going. And running?
Probably is. If you give him all the information, yeah, he probably is. We talked about this early on this year. Earlier this year. You got him on the contract already, right?
Right.
Okay. So here's what I do. If I've got someone like that, I'll tell them, here's what I got. I got a load that's picking up, in this area. In the area on where you're at right now. That's paying X amount of money. Do you want it? It's paying this much per mile. It's paying this much money. Do you want it? I got a load that's picking up about 15, 20 miles from where you're at right now. I'm not telling them direction to 15, 20 miles in, and it's paying this amount of money.
Okay.
Okay? Do you want it? It's going how many miles? Going this many miles. Do you want it? Paying this much money. Do you want it? And I give him a third option, right? Now, if he comes back and says, well, where is it going to? This is that. I'm not giving that information until you either accept, until you accept the load.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I got you. I thought since we had him on the contract, we had to tell him where it's
No.
going. Okay.
No. You got him on the contract to find him loads that's paying what he wants to be paid, right?
Yep. Okay.
All right, then. So you tell him what it's paying. Tell him how many miles it is. Right? You can tell them what the rate per mile, the total amount it's paying, and how many miles it is, and you can tell them it's picking up in such and such area, or it's in your area, or picking up 10 miles from you, or 20 miles from you, or whatever the case may be. Give him all the essential pertinent information.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if he comes back and asks you, well, why you want to? Because I don't. You just tell him because some things I've told you in the past have led me to think that I can't trust you. I do not have a problem with being forthcoming with a grown person. Okay? They're either gonna respect it, right? Or they're gonna get the hell on out your life. Either one is good for me.
Okay.
Okay? You gotta take a stance with especially in business, where you have to say to yourself, it's not personal, it's business.
Okay.
Right? And a lot of people say that, but they don't really know what that means. Right?
I got you. So when he called me today, I'm gonna give it to him. He didn't hit me 3 times like this.
Yeah. Just let him say, hey, look, I ain't no fool. That's basically what you're saying. I'm not a fool now. Come on now.
All right.
I mean, I've been giving you some leads on some great loads. You're telling me you ain't want them. But I bet if I did some investigation and checked with, and it's not hard to do, you can start calling those people back, the loads, and see who ran those loads. They'll tell you.
Okay. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Right? All right. Next question. Anybody got a question? Just Q&A real quick. Got about 15 minutes.
In response to the getting into the emails for North Cheap Freight. That's something I can set up on my phone so I know when the emails are coming
in. The email address?
Yeah, like how I have Tagarino Logistics at northcheapfreight.com.
Yeah, because here is what we're doing. If your phone is like mine, hold on here. I have email notifications set, on my phone, right? So put it this way. See all these notifications? Those are different email and Facebook notifications. I have you all's chat group plugged into here. Our private chat group. So when someone chats something, it pops up. Bing. When I get an email through RBBS Trucking at Outlook.com, where I got it set for the people to send emails over, on what loads that they want trucks for. When they send that over, bing, it pops up. When someone orders the platform, from the RBBS Logistics Learning Centers, bing. So you can set your phone, to your notifications. And the email and the calls, you definitely want them. That call that gets routed to your email. Like sometimes calls will come in, I can't pick them up, but immediately after it stops ringing, about a minute later, it pops up. You have an email message. You have a message from RBBS Logistics Learning Center. You see what I'm saying? It pops up and tells me that someone has left a message, and that's my email. I just click it, takes me right over to my email, and then I'm able to view that that mail or play that call back. Did that answer your question?
Okay, so it means then I have to set up my phone to receive the notifications from.
Exactly, because that's why we asked for you all's cell phone number. Right. Remember? That's why we asked for your cell phone number, because the number that we're going to associate it, Grasshopper, the number that we place onto your account, onto your toll-free account, is going to be your cell phone number for notification purpose. Okay. So then all you got to do is set up your phone to give you a little bing or something, or something that's going to give you your notifications. Hold on, let me show you here. Let's show you what we're talking about. All right, let's do Mr. Robertson. Edit. All right, drop down. His phone is put in there. My phone number, my other phone number is put in there too, but I have that off. Okay. I usually put my backup phone sometimes if it goes here and no one picks up, it'll ring to my phone. But I can turn that on or off. So I turn that off. All right. Okay. So what happens is that's where it's going to come in at. But the email is where that message is going to be stored at. That's the email. See right there? Yes. Whatever management at notfreight.com. So when he goes to so if he set his email address to notify his phone when you get an email in, you set your phone settings to pull up, to be connected with that email. You can do that in your phone settings. You can do it in your email. You can forward your emails to your phone, or you can set your phone settings up to pull up the emails. Every time an email comes in or a phone call goes in or a phone message, when they leave a message and it goes to that email, it's gonna pop up on your phone too. And to show y'all what those look like, you basically messages and calls. Like I can go here and pull up, let's say, like that one was short, you ain't gonna hear that one. Another short one. Try to find something that's a little bit long. Oh, they left a pretty good long message. Here we go.
Hello, my phone number is 702-542-5192. Again, 702-542-5192. Quick question. Oh, first off, my name is Brent Sims. Quick question. After your initial investment, the $350 initial investment, is there a subscription, a monthly subscription price associated with that? That's the question. If someone can give me a call back, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day.
That's basically how you're going to get it put up in your email like that. You can also download the message, or you can forward the message, or you can block the number. But that's basically how that goes. Now, when it comes to your email, you will have it will give you a, let me see here, one of the emails. It will pull up the actual transcript of that email. It'll be a written version, and you can download the voice version of it. I think it's in here. Hold on. Let's see if I can pull up my messages. Where stuff? Messages. Search for voicemails. Let's search for voicemail. All right, see here? Grasshopper voicemail. I have them going to this email. So when I click on it, there it is right there. Right? You get a transcript if they left a message, right? Or you can listen to it too. So you say, read this voicemail. When you click it, you can read it, or you can listen to it. It takes you over to Grasshopper, and you can read the voicemail, or it's gonna pull up on you, and you can listen to it. Apparently that one didn't really leave one. I want that. They didn't leave one either. Like, sometimes people will go to voicemail, but they don't really leave anything. I don't know why they do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll go, but they won't really leave anything. I'm trying to find one that's.
They don't like to talk to machines. That's why.
Yeah. Trying to find one that's got a little bit more length to it. Let me see if this one got a readable one to it. I don't think that one has one in it either. Nope, the 7 seconds, nothing on there. Another one, a small one. Some people will leave a pretty big one. Only 4 seconds. So I get a bunch of fake, I don't say fake, so people just don't want to leave a message for some reason. I don't know why. But this is what you'll be looking at when you get your email and you go and check it. You'll see, different. This one might be pretty big. It's got 151 kilobytes. So I'm thinking that's probably got some in it. Yeah.
Mr. Butler, this is Deborah Engel with the A&D Dispatching.
So you see how that is? That gives you a little bit more. So you can go here and probably, I'm probably going to read voicemail. A bigger one. I gotta turn it on. I turn on my messages. Turn on voicemail, faxes, needed calls, missed calls, block all messages. But you can also read them too, so this is what you all will have access to. Once you start getting your messages in, you can go in and you can pull them up, right from the email and listen to them right from the email. So that's where your message senders would be. It's a pretty good system, especially for, a company that's going to be as big as ours. It's especially when, you got so many different extensions, you got the branches, you got member specialists. You all want to be able to know who called you and what they, what message they left, so you start calling people back. Because a lot of this is going to be from, like, call. I mean, y'all heard somebody was asking a question. They want to sign up. They have a question, right?
Right.
Same thing with you all. You're gonna have plenty of owner operators say, hey, look at the sign up survey. I can have a few questions. That's a whole lot better than making cold calls. A whole lot better.
You got some people, as soon as you said dispatch, bang, they hang the phone up.
Yeah, hold on a second. This is Cal with WBS. How can I help you? Hold on. I don't know. Are you attending the live trainings? Yeah. Okay. Are you on with us today? No, I know. Okay. All right. We're right in the middle of our live broadcast right now. Because now you do know that you can go to your schedule. All right. If you go to your back office site. No. When you go to National Dispatchers Network. Yeah. All right. You go. All right. Well, hold on. If you go to your National Dispatchers Network, okay, it tells you there the schedule of training, and it gives you a link to link onto it when it's time for the training. Now, I got to change this in the back office. I got to set for 8 p.m., but it's actually at 7 p.m. Every Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. But on the Six Figures Booking for Home show, which is what we're doing right now, is every Saturday at 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it gives you the link you click on to join those live and interactive meetings every week. That's where you're going to get a lot of the updates from. Now, we in turn post those on YouTube about the next day afterwards. We shoot the meeting because it takes a while for it to load up in Zoom and be ready for us to download. So then we usually have them posted by the next day. And then I may or may not post them in the back office site readily, depending on what it is. Some of it I post over to the Assurance USA YouTube channel, and some of it goes on the RBBS Logistics Honestly YouTube channel. But we try to post all of it on Facebook, on YouTube, and whatever the case may be. Now, if I don't know what you mean by you not getting the message, you should be going to the back office site and logging into the training every week. Okay? You should be in the chat, the private chat group on Facebook, and getting up-to-date information there too as well. Okay? So if you haven't sent stuff over to the private chat group, you need to send that over and get onto that private chat group on Facebook. Then just shoot me a message through Facebook on my inbox. It basically states that you would like to be added to the private chat group, and here is my enrollment email address. We're going to get you added on so you can start getting your updated information. Because we're right, you're literally on the live show right now. Okay, so but that's good though, because someone else who maybe having the same problem now they got an answer to it. Okay, but yeah, make sure you get plugged in to all the stuff that we give you to plug into. Okay. All right. As far as the state of Louisiana, matter of fact, we were just talking about that. We were talking about that you and somebody else need to contact each other and get together on the state that you all can. Because I think you were looking for a partner, right? No, actually, there was 2 other guys named. Okay, so. Okay, are you able to handle Louisiana by yourself, or do you need a partner? Okay, all right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be going through all the emails as soon as I get off of here, and I'm making a point to send you something back. I'm gonna send it back, and I'm gonna give you the numbers. You have the numbers of the other people who are looking for partners too. Then you can call them. You all can work out what state y'all are gonna get and how much how much each of you are gonna put towards the trademark agreement fee on that state. Okay? All right. All right. Bye. As y'all can see, we have a lot going on. But that's good. But that's good because we're making things happen. And we are going to make things happen. And there's going to be some great things. So I don't want to sound like, the president. You know, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. We got thousands and thousands. But let's not do that. Okay. I have to say this though. I do have to say this. When it comes to our nation's leaders, that's what you wish for. A lot of times we do stuff out of the animosity we have built up for someone else. You have to be careful with that. Because you may be disliking a person for no reason at all. And by either disliking or having envy of that person could lead you to want to try and accomplish or try and do up that person, one up. But you may be unwillingly getting into something that's way above your head and you have no depth for at all. And I think it's obvious to me that that has caused a certain leader to be in the position that they're in, where they was once looked upon as a person who kind of had a grasp on things and who kind of an expert, in a certain field. And now that same person, if you Google the word idiot, the picture comes in. Everybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
So be careful when you're, looking to, up someone you have an envy of. Okay. You may not know what that person is really dealing with, and what they're really dealing with. They make it look easy, but that don't mean that it is easy. And then if you try to go in and try to tackle the same thing, some of the same problems, you have a totally different result. And then you really start to get a real grasp of what that person really had to deal with. Okay, so don't you all make the same mistake? I mean, we got people now that guys that I've dealt with in the industry, they call me everything but a child of God. But then when they tried to do what I do, they found out it's not that easy. And they found out that there's a lot more involved with it. I also found out that you have to have a commitment level that is that's way beyond what they had the capacity for. Okay, so just kind of be aware of that as you go along in business and stuff. If you don't like someone, that's great, but do not have a form of dislike for someone because you are envious of that person. Am I making sense? Does everybody understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
yes, sir.
Envy is one thing. Having a dislike for someone, that's fine. But if your dislike is based on being envious of that person, that's really a case of you wishing you could be like that person. Okay, that's really what that is. Not the fact that you just hate them because it's the fact that you hate that you don't have you hate the fact that you're not perceived in the manner that person is perceived. That's what it is. And that can cause you to go off and do some foolhardy things. Okay, that will eventually cause your ultimate downfall or your ultimate fall from grace. So just keep that in mind. All right. When I run into people that are doing things that I am obviously impressed by, I try to get on board with them. and hopefully some of what they have will rub off on me. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't immediately try to make that person an enemy. I try to get on board with them and, you know, and try and learn from them. You know, that's just the way I see it. I have a lot of people, there have been a lot of people that have, you know, spoken against our platform, that have spoken against me, that have spoken against a lot of people. But don't take that person, because it's not that they don't like you, it's not that they have a genuine dislike of you. Is what they are disliking is they see something in you that they wish they had, or they see something in you that they wish they could be. And they do not know how to deal with that. They do not know how to reach out to you for you to help them to develop that trait. They don't know how to do it. So it becomes a point of envy. And the envy is what leads to the dislike. Okay? Just remember that. So when you're dealing with people like that, don't get into a back and forth with them. Try to use that as a teachable moment. And in trying to teach them or trying to show them, hey, I'm not against you, you know, and I really would like to see you succeed too. Okay, this is what I'm doing, and here's why I'm doing it, and here's the benefits of it. Instead of just trying to defend yourself, don't get in trying to defend what you're doing. Always come at it from a standpoint of trying to teach people what you're doing. Okay, because if you get into a point where you're trying to defend yourself in your actions or your motivations to people, then it's going to come off as if, you know, you all just bicker. But if you're using that as a teachable moment, you always will come out looking, you know, on the clean side of it. And if they persist in trying to, you know, attack you or attack what you're doing, they're gonna look like the person that doesn't know what they're doing. So keep that in mind. Are there any more questions?
Yeah, Calvin, I got a question.
I don't know what's wrong with your mic, but it's like
If you have a business that I will.
Say that again.
If you have a business entity set up with a state, how do you then go?
Okay, I heard.
I was saying that.
Okay, I heard if you have a business entity with the state, how do you then go and what? Hello? Okay, obviously his connection is pretty spotty. Did anybody else hear the whole question?
No.
Okay, his connection is obviously pretty spotty. I can't surmise what he was trying to question he was trying to pose. All I heard was if you have a business entity with the state, how do you then go and what? If you're able to type it into the text.
Hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, your connection is not coming through. If you can type it in, on the text, on the chat, and I'll try to read it. I'll try and answer it that way. So go to the chat thing up there, in the chat box, and chat it in, and I'll try and read it. In the meantime, any other questions? Does anybody have any other questions?
You said you were gonna get back with us with the ones that haven't received the extension or domain email.
Yeah,
The ones that haven't received them.
Yeah, I haven't finished them all yet. I'm in the process of doing them. Sometimes I get started on them and I'm going pretty good. Then I get a call or I get something I got to go into and do something else. And then I'll try and get back to it later on in the afternoon and start back doing them again. I get a call. I've got so much going on right now, but I am getting around to it. Some of you have already gotten your responses back, and those of you that have not, they are coming. Okay, I'm gonna try to have them all done by Sunday, so you all should have them all by Monday morning in your response back on what your extensions are and what your domain, on clarification or confirmation on your extensions and your domain email address. Okay.
Okay.
But if you all sent those in already, and make sure that if you send them in, I need to know what you're using, what your password, what you want your password to be. Well, if I set up a password for you, you're not going to be able to get into your email address anyway. So I need to know what you want your password to be, and your password must include one capital letter. It cannot be the whole thing. Cannot be in caps. It won't take it. One capital letter. Okay. It must have one special character, a number or something, something like that. Okay, so it must have one special character and one capital letter, like the number sign, a percentage sign, the number or whatever the number sign. And have one capital letter, one special symbol, and must be at least 8 characters long.
Hey, Calvin,
Right?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the email that you sent out with the extension, mine has my extension number, and it has Transport Solutions LLS. That's not my business name, so do it got to be my whole business name, or is it okay for it to be like that? Because mine is.
No, it can be it can be whatever you want to be. It can be just abbreviations. It can be
Yeah, but that's the information you sent back to me. That's not what I sent to you. That's I'm trying to see. Do it to make it shorter, or?
Well, that's probably why we did it, because it was probably too long. It wouldn't fit. Hold on, let me see.
Because I don't want to make it look like I got somebody else's business name.
No.
Transport, because that's not my business name. That's all. That's the only reason.
Let me see. It was the email address.
Yes, it got the phone number, the 1-800 number, and then extension. And then you would forward the it says 24/7 email address, and then you got my email address at notfreight.com.
One moment.
This was sent yesterday, I believe.
That's why I do main accounts to pull them up.
And that 1-800 number, is that the number we use for the business, or that's your number? Oh, it's lightning out here, thundering.
Man, well, that's the number you use. That's the toll-free number, and your extension will route them to your phone.
Okay, got that.
Be careful with that bad weather. You know how that is.
Yeah.
All right. Which one of these is yours?
My business name is LP Logistics and Transport Solutions.
Is this it right here?
Yes.
You said that's not the name you sent over.
I'm trying to see what you got. No, that's for the that right there is for I just made that shorter for the
The
email
email
address.
address.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's just the email address.
All right. So that one. So that's right. Right.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So what are you saying?
When you put by the extension number was 7.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. The one that we put by the one name that we put on your extension.
Right there. 7. Yes. You don't
Transport.
have my whole name.
Transport Solutions LLC.
Yes.
The reason why is because it won't take all of that up here. It was because originally you had it on what it said.
Well, I'd rather it be changed to LP Logistics than at least my first and last name would be up there.
So you want an LP Logistics?
Yes.
Well, just LP Logistics. No LLC?
Well, yeah, is it? But that ain't my business name, so I don't know. Should I put LLC?
Okay, I'm asking you.
I'm confused. I don't know.
Hold on. I'm just asking you, what do you want it to be reflected on your toll-free number? What name do you want there?
LP Transport and Logistics LLC.
All right. I'm gonna show you why that
LP
can't.
Logistics and Transport
LP
Solutions.
All right. Hold on. Slow down. You want a what? You want an
LP Logistics.
Okay, LP Logistics and Transport Solutions.
Yes. You can put the you don't have to spell the whole "and" out. You can put. I guess you can put it the other way. So you're not gonna have enough room, huh? Okay.
That's what you wanted. LP Logistics and Transport Solutions, right?
Yes, that's it right there.
And
Thank
you wanted
you.
the LLC.
Yes.
All right, now there it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right, y'all. It's about that time. Yeah, it's 1:21. I take my diabetic medicine lunchtime. If I don't eat something healthy at lunchtime, I get some real bad problems. All right. We got a lot going on. We got a lot of stuff. Things are gonna move very rapidly from this point on. Okay. Things are getting ready to start moving very rapidly. We're gonna start having more in-depth training on how on the merchant account. We're gonna have more in-depth training on how to handle the incoming calls that you're gonna be getting and how to present what we're doing. But before we do that, I gotta get the website up going so I can show you all some references in the website as when you're talking to people, and showing you all how to handle their questions and how to present what we have to offer and how we are basically going to run them straight from that to getting them signed up and getting them into the system for us to start dispatching for them. And on top of that, our weekly training, we're going to be having training on how to match the loads that we're getting in, and we're also going to be having training on how you all are to reach out to brokers, because part of the main job for the branches is going to be reaching out to these brokers and the shippers and getting them to send over load lists of loads that fit our criteria. Okay, we're going to be showing you all how to approach them and how to show them that we want them to make money. And here's how we're going to present that. Instead of calling up a shipper or a broker and negotiating with them or asking them how much can they give on this load, We're gonna call up the broker and the shipper. We're gonna say, Mr. Shipper, or Mr. Broker, or Mr. Shipper, or Mr. Broker, we want you to make more money than you're making right now. So here's what we need. We really want you to make more money than you're making right now. And we're gonna allow you to make more money. So with that being said, if you can take whatever dry van loads you have, okay, as long as you can present us with loads that are showing that our owner operators for dry vans will be paid between $2.25 per mile and $3.25 per mile, or $3.50 or $4 per mile, you know, if they're running, and we have some stipulations for loads that are running, you know, above 500 miles, you know, $2.25 to $3.25 for loads that's running below 500 miles, you know, $2.75 to $4.25. Y'all see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying go to, now make sure I want you to understand something, Mr. Shipper or Mr. Broker. I'm not saying I want you to go and find your loads that you got that is paying that and then send them over to me. I want you to go and find the loads that you can structure and fit within that pay range and still make you good money. And send those over to me. Y'all see the difference in that question? Does everybody see the difference in that line of question?
Yeah.
In that presentation? Hello?
I get it, cousin.
Okay. In other words, basically what you're telling the broker is this. Go find your dry van loads that's paying $4.50 or $5 per mile. And if you want to reprice that down to $3.50 and $3.75 and send all those ones over to me, we'll run those loads. Do y'all see what we're asking for?
Yes.
So you're giving them permission to do what? Make money, right? Right?
Right.
But at the same time, we are collecting a host of loads that are going to be sent to us every single day that fit well within the criteria that we need to satisfy our dry van drivers, right?
Yes.
Same thing with flatbeds. Same thing with reefers. You can do the same thing with hot shots if they count. Y'all see how the whole you basically you're cutting everything around, and I hate this way, but you're rigging the game, right? That's basically what you're doing. You are rigging the game from the get-go to get what you want, so you can give the owner operators what they want, so that the brokers and the shippers can make what they want. Right?
Basically, we're giving the carriers the guarantee that we are promising them,
exactly,
and eliminating the amount of claims.
Exactly. But you present it in a way to the brokers and to the shippers so that they won't help but say, yeah, I can put together a bunch of loads. I can see all the loads that we can fit within that. Right? Right?
Yeah, makes sense.
So all we want to be able to do is just match those loads with the carriers that can run them within our network. We're not worried about how much the broker's making. If he's making an extra $2 or $3 a mile, God bless him. As long as our carriers is making an extra what? More over what they want to make. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. You're changing the approach, or you're changing the whole structure of negotiating. You're switching it to really a non-negotiation. You are giving the shipper every reason to do business with you. You are giving the broker every reason to do business with you. You are giving the owner operators exactly what they are looking for, and they're giving them more than what they are looking for. And in that is what's going to make us successful. That's what's going to set us aside from everybody else in the industry, because our owner operators will have just have us looking for them lows, but when they join our network, when they join our dispatching firm, when they contract with us to do all their dispatching, they are basically lining themselves up for a whole bunch of loads that is paying more than what they're looking for right now. And all we got to do is what? Bash them up. Here you go. 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 Next. Oh, okay. Yeah. Here you go. 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 Breakfast. Here you go. 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 That's a whole lot better than. Hold on. Let me see if I can find something that's gonna work for you. Let's see if I can go here to New York and see what's going on in New York. Oh God, let's see what I got going out of Texas. Okay, that load's paying that right there. That ain't gonna work. Hold on, let me call this broker and see if we can make that work. Come on. We don't want to go through all that, right? Y'all don't want to go through all that, right?
No.
What you much rather do is call the brokers on a continuous basis and call the shippers on a continuous basis and tell the broker, Mr. Broker, let's see if I can help you make more money than you normally make. It's a shipper. Let's see if I can help you make more money than you normally make. Because you know that the brokers and the shippers, both of them got plenty of loads, dry van loads, that is paying more than what, $3 per mile, right? They're out there, right? But instead of you calling them up and say, hey, what you got that's paying $3.25 a mile? No, you call them and say, hey, what you got that's paying more than $3 per mile that you can fit in the $2.25 to $3 per mile? Aha! That's a big difference, ain't it?
It is.
Y'all see how just rephrasing what you say and what you ask for can get you more than what you want? Do y'all see that?
Sure.
And I know y'all hear this all the time. It's not what you see it, it's how you see it, right? Right? There's a reason why some people ask for stuff and they seem to get everything they want, and other people that I'm asking for stuff and they'll never get it. Not asking the right question. Now y'all know I'm a big movie buff, right? Do y'all remember what's the Will Smith movie where they deal with the robots?
iBot?
Huh? iRobot, right?
iBot, I think so.
Huh?
I think it's called iBot or something like
Yeah, iRobot or something like that. But anyway, when the movie first comes on, man got jumped to his death, right? And he's the man that worked on Will Smith's arm, and Will Smith comes there to investigate. The man's laying down there dead, and guess what? A projection, his AI projector comes on, and Will is asking him questions, right?
Yeah.
And he asks him a question, and the man says, "Please rephrase the question." And then Will Smith finally asked a question. He said, "Now that is the right question." You have to learn to ask. That's all I'm saying. We need to learn to ask the right question. Because you can get the answers you want if you ask the right question. But if you're not asking the right question, you're not going to get what you want. Everybody see that? All right. That's going to do it for today. It's going on 1:30. I appreciate you all. I will see y'all back here on Monday night. Oh, somebody's in an auditorium or something. All right. I will see you all back here on Monday night. Don't forget to go and watch the CNTMS training. It's on YouTube. Here it is. In the back office site. I'm sorry, it's on YouTube. It's gonna be on the Assurance USA YouTube channel too. We've had about 33 views on it already. Just put it up. We've got a comment already. How can I become an agent or an agency owner? Yeah, this Assurance USA thing is gonna be huge, y'all. This video hasn't been up a good 3 hours yet, and we've already got people asking how can they become, an agent, a member special with one of the agency owners. So if you are a prospective agency owner and you're wondering if you made a good investment, trust me, this is going to take off real nice. The way we have it structured, I mean, we haven't had any bad responses. It's been all good responses as we restructured it. But Monday night, Assurance USA training from 7 p.m. until Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you all back here again. A lot of you all can expect to get calls from me this weekend or some emails from me this weekend, either on your toll-free extensions and your domain email addresses. Branch owners expect to get a phone call from me confirming that you want a certain state and you've got X amount of money ready and available, and we'll be reaching out next week and starting to collect that so we can get it all in the escrow account so we can start paying for our national branding and advertisements and marketing. Let's make this happen. See y'all on Monday. Y'all have a great weekend. Everybody, please be safe. Wear your mask, even if look. If you don't believe that masks can protect you, or if you don't believe this whole corona thing is real, then that's fine. That's your right. But at the same time, please stop going on Facebook and posting all this stuff. This is fake. Masks don't help. This and that. Because here's my thing. If you don't believe it, that's fine. If you don't want to wear your mask, that's fine too. That's you. But why encourage someone else not to believe it? Because if it's not real, and if masks don't help, you keeping it to yourself is not going to hurt you, right? That's not going to hurt you at all. Whether it's real or not, it's not going to hurt you if you keep your beliefs on that matter to yourself. But if you start spreading your belief that it's not real, or trying to encourage others that it's not real, encourage others not to wear that mask, and it turns out that it is real, you are going to hurt a lot of people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you don't believe it, that's fine. Keep it to yourself. You don't have to spread your belief that it's not real. You don't have to encourage other people to not wear their mask. Don't wear yours. I ain't got no problem with that. But where the problem comes is when you try to start encouraging other people to believe that it's not real and not wear their masks. And if it turns out you're wrong, then you've basically become an accessory to murder. That's how I see it. So, if you want to keep it to yourself, if you want to believe what you want to believe, that's fine. But don't encourage other people to be callous. Don't do that. All right, with that being said, everybody be safe. Everybody take care of yourself. I want to see you all.
Have a good weekend.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Happy Father's Day to everybody. All the fathers.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Happy
Yes,
Father's Day,
happy
everybody.
Father's Day, everyone.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Everybody, including single moms. Happy Father's Day for everybody.
Make the best
All right.
of it.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.